Hi, my name's Paula.
Hello, my name is Nicole Johnson.
Hey, my name is Cy Williams.
I am extrusion supervisor. I've been working at Hedro for about 10 years now. The reason I like working at Hedro is for the challenges and the opportunities to step up. I first started off in packing, and I was able to move myself up within the first 5 years. I believe it's a great place to work at.
I've been working here since 2011. I really like working for this company here. The department I work in here is die repair. I've been a die corrector for like maybe 4.5 years. I love it. I love the people. When we work here, we work safe. We work together as a unit.
I work here at Hedro approximately 4 months now. I am the plant machinist. Everybody I work with is fantastic. Total mutual respect with all the employees around here. A lot of people are 45-year employees, so to have a company with that many people that are 20, 30, and 40 years, they have to be doing something right.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Visiting the Yankton area? Then stop at the premier outfitter for the shooting sports, Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports. If you use it to hunt, you'll find it and more at Dakota Archery. Their store features archery equipment and guns from the leading manufacturers, plus all the gear you need to go with it. Clothing, boots, bags, caps, gloves, ammo, arrows, and more.
Open every night till 8. Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports, East Highway 50, Yankton, South Dakota.
For over 100 years, DeSmit Farm Mutual has been South Dakota's insurance company, providing farm, home, and auto insurance. Families, farmers, and ranchers look to us during good times and bad because of our commitment to our communities, neighbors, and rural lifestyle. While we utilize the most advanced technology, provide the most progressive insurance policies, and offer bundle packages that save you money, DeSmit hasn't forgotten that the most important job is protecting what's important to you. Go online to DeSmitFarmMutual.com to find an agent near you. DeSmit Farm Mutual Insurance, serving South Dakota from South Dakota.
Is proud to have been part of the Yankton community since its start in 2000.
One of the things I love most is that they believe in promoting from within. I've been given many opportunities to advance.
Tuxedo has an extensive variety of benefits available to their employees.
The work environment at Tuxedo is extremely positive.
We are looking for you to join our production team. Visit www.truxedo.com/careers to apply.
SureCo is the largest manufacturer of quality tarp and containment systems. With a corporate office in Yankton and 9 service centers, we will meet your tarping and containment needs. Gear up for harvest with our smart trailer line. SureCo's smart trailer electric accessories help you do the job faster, easier, and safer with increased productivity. When you need to be sure, make it SureCo.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
the 2023 South Dakota American Legion Baseball State Tournament on KYNT and KYNTV. This coverage is brought to you by Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports, Sherco, the Smith Farm Mutual Insurance, Edro, First Dakota National Bank, Olson's Pest Technicians, Truxedo, and Yankton Thrive. Now, let's go live to Riverside Field in Yankton.
And you heard it live from Riverside Field, Day 3 of the 2023 American Legion Baseball State Tournament here in Yankton. I'm Bryce Ladwig alongside Braden Butler, as that has been the case all season long for Yankton Post-12 Legion Baseball, welcoming you in to an elimination game here in the state tournament. Winner stays, loser goes home in this matchup, and we will have those possible matchups for you later on here in the First Dakota National Bank pregame show. Brady, we talked last night when we found out that it was going to be post-22 as a matchup for Yankton. We both went, all right, let's do it, because they split the regular season. This is a rubber match.
This is a rubber match between these two teams, splitting a 1-1 and a doubleheader earlier in the year. I believe that was late June, early July. I get my dates mixed up sometimes, but I believe it was late June. It was a good matchup between those two teams on that day, so we'll see if we can get another one here. We got big storylines throughout this game right now between Yankton Post-12 and Rapid City Post-22, but one that I want to draw attention to is the fact that we're going to be losing a big piece of this tournament today in this elimination game. Either the host team is going to be out here on day 3 if Yankton Post-12 falls, or the defending state champions are going to be eliminated, and we will crown a new state champion this year if Rapid City Post-22 falls. It's going to be a good matchup.
Yeah, and how'd we get here? Yankton won their tournament opening game Tuesday night 7-1 versus Renner. Fell victim to just offensive eruption from Harrisburg Gold last night. It was a 16-4 loss. Harrisburg notched 17 hits, Braden. That lineup was solid.
I don't even think solid gives it enough credit.
Really solid.
Really solid. That's even better. Harrisburg Gold, though, I believe every player that came to the plate registered a appearance on the base paths, either through walk, hit by pitch, or by getting a hit themselves. I believe 7 of the 9 batters got hits, multiple tallied RBI and scored runs. It was a full team effort, and it felt like all 9 bats for Harrisburg Gold were able to get going, and they were able to do some work out on the base paths as well. It was a buzzsaw that Yankton Post-12 ran into. It's a quick turnaround in 24 hours to get punched in the mouth like that and try to come back out and steady the ship. If you lose one more game, you're done for the season. You got to keep that in your mind. Clear out any ghosts of the past for your last games, and just try to focus on the present and see what they can do here.
Coach Drew Lawrence mentioned that in the post-game interview, which we will play for you as a pregame interview here today in the First Dakota National Bank pregame show. He basically, his attitude, Braden, you were taking care of some equipment stuff for us at the time as it was us wrapping up for the night. He was very, I'm not going to say positive. I always say it was a tough loss, but I think he was in a situation where he knows, well, the tournament's not over for Yankton. You're just going to another side of the bracket, and you really can't dwell on a loss. I'm pretty sure he was being serious when he said it pretty much ended at the team huddle after the game. Just move on to the next one. There's no time to dwell on the past, so I think they have a fresh attitude today.
And I even saw that coming back, as you mentioned, the equipment stuff that I had to work on. I was going out, getting our outfield camera out in center field, making sure we could pack that up for the night. And as on my way back, I was seeing some post-12 players start to file out towards their cars to head home for the evening. And they didn't have their heads down while they were walking out. Like, they knew they just got beat, and it was a 12-run game, so it's not much to be happy about at the end of that. But they were still positive attitudes, knowing that their season was not over. They could come back out and keep fighting.
One note for those, we don't have all the details, so I'll just take this one, Braden. We don't want to speculate on anything, but what we do know is, based on information we received last night and earlier today, the home plate, I guess you call it collision with Cody Oswald, top of the third. And again, top of the third because Yankton was the away team last night, and they will also be the away team today, so side note. But anyway, after the collision, he was ejected from the game per the rules in Legion Baseball in the state of South Dakota. And then I believe we received word that he was going to be suspended for a game, and then we got word that he was going to be suspended for the tournament. Come in today, and it looks like, I don't know if it was an appeals process or if it was just, a decision was just rendered, never mind, but he is in the lineup today, and that's huge for Yankton.
Yeah, he will be starting today out in center field, patrolling that area. He will also be batting in the 5 spot. That's a huge piece to get back for Yankton, not just out on the field and his ability, but the what he brings to the team. Obviously, he's a guy that gets along with, seems like, everybody on the team. I have not seen a person just in passing or personally when I've just talked to him a couple of times, just asked how he's doing. He's always smiling guy, happy guy, and he keeps spirits positive. He's a good guy to have in that dugout.
Absolutely. Well, how did Rapid City Post 22 get here? Let's talk about them briefly. They lost their opening game 5-4 versus Brookings on Tuesday, but rebounded, facing elimination yesterday versus Harrisburg Maroon, taking care of business 14-4. And I always want to note during the Yankton games, Yankton last hosted the state tournament 2011, last participated in the state tournament in 2019, a tournament in which, Braden, they beat Rapid City Post 22.
So they won the last time these two teams met in the state tournament, but it has been a few years since then. A lot has changed for both of these squads, and Yankton, as you mentioned, the host team got an automatic bid, but they would have been in at the very least high seed in those state qualifiers regardless with their run this season. They ended the regular season as the number 3 overall team in the league.
And we'll have some team previews, some stats to go over when we come back in 1 minute from Riverside Field, the 2023 American Legion Baseball State Tournament.
For over 100 years, DeSmit Farm Mutual has been South Dakota's insurance company, providing farm, home, and auto insurance. Families, farmers, and ranchers look to us during good times and bad because of our commitment to our communities, neighbors, and rural lifestyle. While we utilize the most advanced technology, provide the most progressive insurance policies, and offer bundle packages that save you money, DeSmit hasn't forgotten that the most important job is protecting what's important to you. Go online to DeSmitFarmMutual.com to find an agent near you. DeSmit Farm Mutual Insurance, serving South Dakota from South Dakota. Visiting the Yankton area? Then stop at the premier outfitter for the shooting sports, Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports. If you use it to hunt, you'll find it and more at Dakota Archery. Their store features archery equipment and guns from the leading manufacturers, plus all the gear you need to go with it. Clothing, boots, bags, caps, gloves, ammo, arrows, and more.
Open every night till 8. Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports, East Highway 50, Yankton, South Dakota.
Welcome back in here, KYNT, KYN-TV. This is the 2022 American Legion State Baseball Tournament here in Yankton, South Dakota. Rapid City Post 22, the defending state champions, the most decorated team in Legion baseball history in this state, going up against the host team, Yankton, Post 12. We're going to talk about some key players, keys themselves, and give you a starting pitcher preview for both of these teams here today. Excuse me there. A little something catching my throat, had a hiccup, but we're going to keep it moving. Starting with your key players for both these teams offensively, starting with the Yankton Post 12 Legion baseball team. I almost said the home team. They are the road team on the official scoreboard, our Yankton Post 12, so we'll keep that in mind tonight. Their key bat today is going to be Lucas Kamshoff, 353 batting average, 455 on-base percentage, a 1.053 slugging, 36 hits, 16 of them extra bases, 3 of them have gone over the wall for a home run. He scored 33 runs, driven in 29 RBI, walked 14 times, 12 stolen bases, 100% stolen base percentage. You name it, Lucas Kamshoff has done it offensively this season, whether it's at the plate or on the base paths. He is always a key factor for Yankton Post 12. If he gets it going, the team is usually able to get it going right alongside him. Key offensive player we're going to be looking at for Rapid City Post 22 is actually going to be their leadoff hitter today. Aiden Roberts will be leading off. He is the second baseman for the team, batting just over 300, but he currently leads the team in RBI with 5. He's also got 2 runs scored. He's drawn a couple walks, only 1 strikeout. Those are his stats during the state playoffs. So the 2 state qualifying games against 2 state qualifying games, and then the games in the state tournament so far against Brookings and Harrisburg Maroon. Had a brief lapse for a moment, but I got back to it. Aiden Roberts has been very good at the plate so far. Like I mentioned, 308 batting average, 5 RBI to lead the team in the state playoffs. He is going to be a key batter to watch today for Post 22, the Hard Hats.
I'm looking forward to this matchup, Braden, and I'm mainly looking, as you can see, I'm looking out toward the right field here. I'm trying to. Last night we had such a great crowd over by the fence line, but maybe a little too hot to still get out there this early, but I'm looking forward to seeing that fill up. See, I'm bringing the hard-hitting analysis in this side while you're talking about the actual game. I'm just looking at people.
Hey, sometimes it's fun to people watch. I'm not gonna lie. There's been multiple times during this session so far when we're during breaks or something. I just look out at the water. I see people out boating. It makes me want to boat. I don't got boat money yet, but I'll get there someday.
Someday. You had to have big dreams, Braden.
Yeah, big dreams.
Boat dreams.
I got boat dreams. I don't need a big boat, just a boat, one that goes fast enough for me to be happy.
I want to thank Fairfield Inn. The 2023 South Dakota State Legion Baseball Tournament broadcast booth is sponsored by the Fairfield Inn. Yankton's newest and nicest hotel is now open at 21st and Broadway and Truxedo. Looking for you to join their production team? Visit truxedo.com/careers to apply. All right, it's time for our pregame coach interview, and that was me catching up with Coach Drew Lawrence after the game yesterday very briefly as he had some stuff to take care of, and you could tell, but he was gracious enough to come up to the booth quickly after a tough loss versus Harrisburg Gold. Here was that conversation. All right, Coach, obviously just a rough start to the game. Harrisburg, that's one heck of a lineup top to bottom, just consistent and solid hitting from Harrisburg Gold.
that's saying it. Yeah,
there's only so many ways you can say it.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, they hit the ball. I mean, they earned every bit of that. You gave up 17 hits, and obviously we didn't start the way we wanted to. Skelly struggled just a little bit. But, it's just the way it works sometimes in baseball. And we got a little unlucky, too. I mean, we hit some balls really hard that they made plays on. And sometimes that just happens,
Yeah, and you talked to your team after the game. Just kind of, you have to give us every word, but kind of the message to the team because you have to rebound quickly. Yankton's not eliminated. Play tomorrow.
Yeah.
Rapid City Post 22. Yeah. And a team that you split in the regular season with. So right away, another tough opponent, but every team in the state tournament is tough.
Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. Like, no big deal. Like, we just move on. You just tip your hat. I mean, you give up 17 hits. What are you going to do? So, yeah, we're moving on. The players have a really good mentality. We're going to try and come through the loser's bracket now. And if, basically the message was if we're able to get to Saturday, the next 3 days are going to be really fun.
Most obvious question I'll ask you this entire state tournament, but how has the heat been the last couple of days? I forgot to ask you yesterday, but we can see on our camera angles the heat actually coming off of the turf.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. We've been playing at night, though, so that helps. Tomorrow will be a little bit hotter playing at 5. So we'll see. But, yeah, it hasn't affected anyone, but, hot's hot.
All right, and then you don't have to share, obviously. Do you have a pitching plan that you like to share, or you just have a couple options out there?
Matthew Sheldon will throw.
Okay.
So there was a plan, a long process of plan that we wanted Matthew to throw if we happen to have a loss because he's electric. So we're going to see if we can get out there and do a good job.
All right, Coach. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, and we have the Yankton starting lineups that just got finished being announced. Between myself and Braden Butler, we'll get you caught up on those. We'll turn it over to Tyler Merriam, the voice of the Jackrabbits, with the PA for the 2023 American Legion State Tournament.
Home team, Rapid City Post 22. The hard hat batting order, leading off and playing second base, number 10, Aiden Roberts. Batting second, designated hitter, number 18, Wyatt Reeder. Batting third, right fielder, number 14, Harrison Good. The cleanup batter, first baseman, number 27, Alex Dietrich. Batting fifth, playing third base, number 20, Hayden Hollick. Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 22, Ridge Inhofer. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 11, Philip Bentz. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 23, Aaron Roach. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 15, Wilson Kiefer. The starting pitcher, number 24, Declan Mickley. The Hard Hat Bat Boys are Brogan Ewing and Kane Clapprich. Assistant coaches Nick Ewing and Ryan Clapprich. And the head coach of Rapid City Post 22 is Kelvin Torby. Our umpires tonight, behind the plate, Brian Wenham. At first base, Steve Creer. And at third base, Terry Lundeen. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you all please rise and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem, to be followed by the reading of the American Legion Code of Sportsmanship. Here to sing our Star-Spangled Banner is Claire Kramer.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous
American Legion Code of Sportsmanship, a member of the South Dakota State American Legion Athletic Commission, the irrepressible John Kirshner.
Good afternoon, fellas. Great day for baseball, and what's hot? Everybody get loosened up good, especially you pitchers. Well, I'm sure, because I'm pretty loose myself. Thank you again for playing the game. Greatly appreciated by our organization. So with that, please repeat after me. I'll keep the rules. Keep faith with my teammates. Keep my temper. Keep myself fit. Keep a stout heart in defeat. Keep my pride under victory. Keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body. Good luck to both teams. Gentlemen, let's go play some baseball.
All right, Bryce Louder alongside Braden Butler getting you ready for first pitch here today. The away team, yes, away team, Yankton Post 12 will lead off. And on the mound for Rapid City Post 22 is Declan Mickley, Braden.
You know, Mickley, who we saw in the first meeting, or in the doubleheader between these two teams before earlier this year. So he's seen the Post 12 bats come through the order a couple times as he had quite an outing in that one. So we'll see how he does this time. He's one of those, another fantastic pitcher for this Rapid City Post 22 team. They started this tournament with, their aces really being Hayden Leidy and Palmer Jacobs, but when your third option is as a kid like Mickley, you can't really go wrong with that being your third option in the rotation.
He'd be a lot of teams' first option.
Exactly, and he's got very electric stuff. He's got left-handed arm. He's the left-hander on the mound too. Not many of those that have Post 12 have seen this season, so it just provides another layer to the difficulty of Mickley on the mound.
Colors of the game today, Rapid City in their blues.
And they're in their blue jerseys, white numbers with red piping, a little trim around the numbers as well. And, of course, their dark red hard hats on top of their heads. Yankton Post 12 in their reds with white lettering, looks like black outline, and white and black piping on the collar and the shoulders as well, white pants, red hats with the white face with the red Y, of course.
And again, loser of this game goes home, and the winner advances to the games tomorrow. This is in the elimination side of the bracket. Both these teams have one loss. Of course, a double elimination tournament. So quite literally everything on the line, Braden, as Rugby Riken will get us led off. He not only has had a great state tournament so far, but an outstanding season.
Yeah, he is. There's a reason he's the leadoff hitter. He's been getting on base for a large chunk of the season. Very high in that category is Rugby Riken, a .426 on-base percentage to be exact. He's batting .316, .838 OPS, leading the team in runs scored with 37. So once he gets on base, he's able to get home as well. 17 walks, 19 stolen bases, second most on the team in that category as well. It's a good top of the order. It's a good order top to bottom for both of these teams, but the first two guys in the order, Rugby Riken, Drew Riken, have been very good at getting on base so far this year. Lucas Kamshoff, Matthew Sheldon, the 3 and 4, have been good at getting people home once they're on the base paths. So it's been a very good top of the order. We'll see, at the very least, Rugby, Drew, and Lucas Kamshoff to start this.
Day 3 of the 2023 American Legion Baseball State Tournament in Yankton. Exclusive coverage on KYN TV. Thank you so much for joining us. Rugby Riken for Yankton, the away team again, steps into the right-handed batter's box to face left-handed Declan Mickley. First pitch of the game is underway here from Riverside Field. It's a strike called on the inside corner, 0-1 count.
5:02 p.m. first pitch, so almost right on time here, and first pitch strike from Mickley, trying to set the tone early.
The 0-1, very fast-paced so far. Well, 2 pitches frame of reference, Braden, but he delivered the second pitch very quickly.
He worked quick between the 2 pitches. We'll see how that pace goes throughout the night. It's still a very hot one here, just after 5 p.m.
And the 1-1. Strike called. High and tight inside in the zone. It's a 1-2. And ball misses high. Brings the count even at 2 apiece. Rugby, very balanced hitter. He's either very aggressive at the plate or he can be very, very patient.
He can do it all when you need him to in the batter's box.
2-2 lined out to right center and is down for a base hit. Rugby rounds first. He'll stay right there. Leadoff single for Yankton, post 12.
You see a lot this season with Riken batting leadoff that the first at-bat goes a little longer. Usually gets deep into a count unless Rugby, that first pitch, he sees that first pitch middle, and decides to try to send it on a ride. It's almost like he's downloading data early on, trying to get a vibe of how this pitcher is going to attack him and then using that to his advantage.
Next up, Drew Riken also has had an outstanding season. We're just going to keep saying that top to bottom in this lineup. As Rugby Riken will lead off. Showing bunt, pulling back last second, doesn't matter. Called strike on Drew Riken from the left arm of Declan Mickley. It's always interesting to see how Rugby is at first base. Most aggressive base runner on this Yankton team. But it has to hold him back just a tad bit, doesn't it? A left-handed thrower.
It's easier to go across, and we see it right there with the going straight forward. Doesn't have to spin around to try to get the pick off at first, but Rugby playing a little more safe as of right now as he was able to get back in time.
He was able to walk back. Not as aggressive of a lead in the 0-1 to Drew Riken, but Mickley's still checking out Rugby. And the bunt is down in foul territory.
Smart play by the third baseman there for Rapid City, Hayden Hollick, as he saw that bouncing towards him and realized the spin on the ball, the English, so to speak, would not get fouled, so he just let it go.
Yeah, it really took a big turn off the turf. And as you said, a really nice defense, just kind of a heads-up situational play there. And Rugby is still just walking back to first. He really likes to play games with pitchers.
It's the mental aspect of every game. He's a fierce competitor, and every sport we've seen, and he's tried to win the mental battle as well as the athletic one.
And the 0-2. Drew Riken showing bunt. Pulling back, and ball called out on the outside. It's a 1-2 count. Another disadvantage going against Yankton is that Declan Mickley has a short step toward the plate as well. So that's another factor that goes against Yankton's aggressive base running, Braden.
And Mickley quick to home. He's got some good velo on the ball as well, so it's going to be tough.
And the 1-2 throw over. Rugby still able to do it standing, but had to kind of lunge toward the bag that time.
Had a little more pep in his step that time. He was getting a more aggressive lead, so he had to get back in time.
I imagine that he was saying to himself, oh, he's being serious. Okay.
Oh, we're doing this. Got to get back now. Mickley just trying to keep him honest at first.
The 1-2 delivered. Drew Riken hits this one out high up toward the left. Roach working his way under it and gloves it for the first out. Rugby will go back to the pond at first. So one away, top of inning number 1. That will bring up the big bat of Lucas Kamshoff. On the season, Lucas Kamshoff, what can I say? Leading the team in extra base hits and home runs and OPS, 1,005, if you will. Depends how you ever want to say that. Huge OPS numbers for Lucas Kamshoff. As takes the first pitch high for a ball. It's a 1-0 count. And a very sneaky throw over to first, as Mickley, I believe he didn't even have his foot on the mound or on the rubber yet. Just quick throw over. Rugby dancing over at first. The pitch is delivered for a strike on Kamshoff. It's a 1-1 count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, top of the first.
No, it's the state baseball tournament, but it feels like a chess match is broken out between Mickley on the mound and Riken at first.
Very much so. Another throw over. Rugby dives toward first. Keeps his hand on the bags. The ball goes to Mickley back on the mound.
Smart by Mickley, refusing to let Riken get too big of a lead. He knows how dangerous Riken can be on the base paths. He saw it firsthand in that doubleheader.
And the 1-1 in a back pick attempt to get Rugby. Still not in time, but a little closer that time. He dives back in safely. Really nice throw behind the plate from Bentz down the first baseline. A nice shot fielding also by Dietrich over there, putting himself in a perfect position. Not their first rodeo. It's a 1-2 count to Kamshoff. And Mickley delivers. Kamshoff hits this one hard out toward right center. Going back is good, but he will be just shy of the warning track to glove it for the second out. Rugby burning a lot of energy over there at first. He's gone back and forth and a lot of dive attempts. He has to be tired a little bit, but 2 away in the top of inning number 1, bringing up another big bat, Braden, in Matthew Sheldon.
And Matthew Sheldon, as you mentioned, very big bat for this team. The best at bringing in runs, 31 RBI to lead the team this season. Also leads in hits with 37, 359 average, 1.004 OPS.
And Mickley sends this one to Sheldon. This one is fouled right back into the netting. They tried to get John Winkler helping us out with the state tournament here, helping us out from KCCR Sports in Pierre, but the net saved him.
And that saved me multiple times this year. There's no shame in it, John.
Yeah. And he's trying to word to me that I think he would have caught it.
He was a Gold Glove back in the day, you know.
Oh, does he? And the 0-1 to Sheldon. Ball misses down. It's a 1-1 count. Matthew Sheldon on the season, 37 hits. That leads the Yankton Post 12 team, as well as 31 RBI is also a team lead. The 1-1. Rugby takes off, and the ball is in the dirt. Benz does block it, but Rugby will have a stolen bag, and I was just as interested in that happening over at first, Braden, as I was in any of the at-bats.
You know, it was almost it was the game within the game, so to speak, that they talk about. It was the chess match between Mickley on the mound and Reichen at first base, and one ball just slips away from Bentz for a moment, and Reichen able to take second.
As Rugby's 20th stolen base of the season, and Matthew Sheldon rips this one out toward right. There'll be another base hit for him. Rugby rounding third. There will be a play at the plate. The slide. He's safe at home. The ball gets away from Bentz, and heading over to second is Sheldon. He's safe. Yankton takes an early 1-0 lead here in the top of inning number 1.
Yeah, great play, great heads-up base running by Rugby Reichen. We've heard Coach Drew Lawrence talk all year about how he trusts his guys on the base paths to make the right decisions. Big turn at third from Reichen. He's able to beat the throw. It would have been a very close play, but the ball got out of the gloves of Bentz, got out of Bentz's glove at the plate as well, so it guaranteed Reichen's safety.
Cody Oswald at the plate, wanting to do something here in this game. Takes a hard cut at that first pitch, an 0-1 count. Ball in the dirt again. Nice block by Bentz. Count at 1-1.
Oswald just a shade under 300 on his batting average this year at 292. 371 on base percentage. 26 hits, 11 of them for extra bases, including 1 home run. Can add 22 RBI to his tally as well. 23 runs scored.
Oswald lifts this one out toward left. Roach working his way to the foul line. Gloves it for the third out. One runner is left on base for Yankton. However, Yankton takes a 1-0 lead entering the bottom of the first. This is the 2023 American Legion Baseball State Tournament in Yankton.
Truxedo is proud to have been part of the Yankton community since its start in 2000.
One of the things I love most is that they believe in promoting from within. I've been given many opportunities to advance.
Truxedo has an extensive variety of benefits available to their employees.
The work environment at Truxedo is extremely positive.
We are looking for you to join our production team. Visit www.truxedo.com/careers to apply.
Know what happens when you keep your hard-earned assets at First Dakota National Bank? You can rest assured that your accounts are protected to the maximum allowed by the FDIC. And those funds stay local. Businesses and organizations are positively impacted. The whole community benefits. You can invest your resources just about anywhere today. But if you keep them safe, earn a good return, and benefit the local community, why would you invest anywhere else? First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
FM 1021 and AM 1450, KYNT, Yankton.
And welcome back to Riverside Field, and Matthew Sheldon on the mound for Yankton Post 12, his first pitching appearance of the state tournament. And Braden, Drew Lawrence has always said, whether it's Drew Reichen or Matthew Sheldon, it's always 1 or 1A.
Yeah, no, Matthew Sheldon has definitely been that 1A, 1B. He's been the yin and yang with Drew Reichen, to say the least. They talk about, Drew Lawrence talks about Sheldon's electricity on the mound, very good power pitcher, struck out a lot of guys this year. He is the yin to Drew Reichen's yang, or flip it. I'm not, whatever. You know what I mean, right? They complement each other well by doing the opposites on the mound. And Drew Reichen, more of a pitch-to-contact player. Let his defense make plays behind them. Matthew Streichen is very good at getting the punch out and attacking in a different way with high velocity and electric stuff.
Yeah, much more of a power pitcher. And as you said, Drew Reichen, more of a pitch-to-contact. He can strike guys out. He's had some high strikeout numbers, but yeah, Matthew Sheldon always just strikes me as I'm just going to see if I can get this by you kind of pitcher. And for the most part this season, it's worked out very well for him.
And the thing with the yin and yang, I know they represent certain things, so I was trying to compare using their definitions to the right player, and I think I mixed the two up, so I apologize for that. But still, it stands. They're two sides of a coin, and the coin is great pitching.
Hayden Roberts will get us started. Second base for Rapid City Post 22 today. Right-handed hitter. And here is the first pitch from Matthew Sheldon. It's a strike. Down the middle, it's an 0-1 count. And Sheldon also works pretty fast on the mound. He's already set to go. It's the 0-1 curveball misses low in the dirt. It's a 1-1 count. Braden, my crowd is starting to show up over in right field.
Well, it's good to see out there in right, and it's great to see a crowd for both these teams making the trip out.
Two hopper to Drew Reichen at short. The throw over to first to Kampshoff and scoops it out of the dirt, where at least goes low to retrieve it. That's the first out. So a 6-3 put out on Aiden Roberts.
And Roberts was our key offensive player to watch for post-22 this season. As he, in the state playoffs, he's led the team in RBI with 5 total. Had a very good day. He's had a couple very good days so far in the state tournament to help try to lead this team.
Wyatt Reeder, designated hitter for post-22, left-handed bat, steps in and takes a ball high and away. It's a 1-0.
Looking at Reeder over the state playoffs, he's 3 for 11 with 1 extra base hit. Also got 3 RBI and 3 runs scored, 4 walks drawn as well, so he's been patient at the plate.
And a called strike. Really close to the other position, give or take a couple inches. Now it's a 1-1 count. Sheldon delivers. Jace McCorkle, the catcher for Yankton, was shaded to the inside, but the pitch went to the outside and missed for a ball, 2-1.
I just missing the spot a little bit there. Like we've mentioned all week long so far, it's hot out there. There's a lot of sweat going, and sometimes you can lose your grip on that baseball and not hit the spot you want.
And I believe it's curveball that just hit the outside edge. It's 2-2 count to Wyatt Reeder. We mentioned, loser goes home, Braden, but we'll have to talk about it again. That means something different for post-22, hosting the Central Plains Regional Tournament. So their season actually isn't done, but they, you best believe, with the amount of state titles they have and the, history of that program, they won another state title.
Well, why not add one more to the trophy cabinet and also build some momentum for that Central Plains Regional that they will host? As Reeder takes a walk there, his 5th walk of the state playoffs so far.
And the first runner for post-22, and that brings up Harrison Good, right fielder for the Hard Hats. Very powerful bat, just stepped into the right-handed batter's box.
He's 3 for 12 so far in the state playoffs. 2 RBI, 3 runs scored. He's drawn a couple walks as well. Struck out a few times so far, so trying to get that number down here for Harrison Good.
And ball misses on the outside. It's a 1-0 count to start things off in this at-bat. And the 1-0. And Harrison Good has to duck out of the way of that one. Fastball got away from Sheldon a little bit. The upper side. It's a 2-0 count. Sheldon checking the runner over at first from the stretch. Delivers. Hard hit over to second. A flip over to Drew Reichen. Over to Kampshoff. Double play. Yankton ends the bottom of the first in grand defensive style. A 4-6-3 double play. Yankton still leads 1-0, entering the top of inning number 2. This is the 2023 American Legion Baseball State Tournament in Yankton. Back in 1 minute.
Olson Pest Technicians is a family-owned business since 1966. And with over 50 years of pest management, they understand your issues, and their well-trained team will help you solve your pest problems. Issues with cockroaches, ants, bedbugs, bats, termites, spiders, rats, mice, or other creepy crawling pests? Give your home a fresh start and use the proven method of fumigation to take care of your pest problem. Olson's Pest Technicians will thoroughly get rid of pests so you can rest easy again. Call Olson Pest today, 800-KILL-BUG. That's 1-800-KILBUGS.
When you need to be sure, make it Sureco. Smart Trailer from Sureco is still the most complete line of electric accessories for your grain trailer. Smart accessories such as the 4500 series HD electric tarp, Pro Trap and Auto Trap electric hopper doors, and the Drive Max Auger Drive Kit from Sureco both offer convenience and peace of mind for operators. When only the best will do, give us a call at 1-800-474-8756 or find us online at sureco.com. Make it Sureco.
And welcome back to Riverside Field. Bryce Ladwig alongside Braden Butler. Yankton with a 1-0 lead as they go to bat for the second time round in the top of inning number 2. Mac Reichen at the plate, and he's had one heck of a season, especially the latter half of the season for Post 12.
Yeah, Mac Reichen, he's got that batting average up over 300 now at 315. Just waiting to see where that one landed. It was popped up foul out of play. 414 on base percentage, 766 OPS, 34 hits, 3 extra base hits, 12 RBI, 24 runs scored. He's leading the team in walks and steals, 18 walks, 26 steals.
Second pitch of the at-bat. Misses on the inside. It's a 1-1. And Mickley delivers, and Mack delivers this one out toward right field. Working his way under it is Harrison Good. Does a good job of nabbing that one. That's the first out.
Dare I say great from Good, out and right.
You do dare. F9 in your scorebook. That brings up Jace McCorkle. Catcher for Yankton. Stalwart behind that plate, or as Braden always says, the Great Wall of Yankton.
So very efficient at the plate as well this year. Very effective at the plate has been Jace McCorkle. He's got a 330 on base percentage. He's had 23 hits, 25 RBI, which is third most on the team. 11 walks drawn as well.
And he is hit by the pitch in the second throw of that at-bat. So Yankton has another runner on first to Jason McCorkle, and he'll probably get a courtesy runner here. Oh, no. I thought for sure that, well, Cooper Grotenheis was going to be heading out there, Braden.
Used to be a common occurrence for McCorkle to get a courtesy runner. I don't know if they were just trying to save his legs. I know Drew Lawrence has talked to you about how that can really sap your energy being crouched behind the plate often, and looks like he's running for himself.
Josh Sheldon at the plate for Yankton. Takes a strike. It's an 0-1.
250 batting average on the year for Josh Sheldon. 372 on base percentage, 678 OPS.
Hits this one out toward right near the bullpen. Lands just short of it, and it'll just act as a strike, a very long one, 0-2.
Very long strike indeed. He's got 7 RBI as well to Sheldon. He's drawn 10 walks. Only a couple stolen bases, but he has never been caught 100% for the stolen base percentage.
The 0-2 to Sheldon. Hits this one straight and just probably hit maybe the shed or just got over the shed and out of Bob Tereshinski Stadium into the back right window of Teletaner's vehicle.
We're in game 3, and I don't know if
I'm running out of windows.
We're running out of windows.
And that one hits very near the same place and took out the rearview mirror.
How did it hit the rear view? Never mind. I'm not gonna entertain that anymore.
All right, 0-2 to Josh Sheldon at the plate. Mickley delivers. And ball misses high. It's a 1-2 count. Again, Jason McCorkle leading off first for Yankton. There's one away. Top of inning number 2. For those just joining us, Yankton the away team, because by the third day they do a coin flip, I believe, to determine home and away teams. Ball in the dirt gets by Bentz, and McCorkle will advance to second base. Yankton has another runner in scoring position. And a 2-2 count. You hear the chirping, Braden, coming from the Yankton dugout. We love that.
Usually the main perpetrator of the chirps is Cooper Grotenheis, but everybody getting involved right now for Post 12. Rapid City Post 22 with some chance of their own to their players, trying to keep everybody involved.
Josh Sheldon set down on strikes, a hard cut and outside fastball, and that is 2 away, bringing up Isaiah Skelhaas.
Skelhaas, 64 plate appearances on the year, has a 321 batting average, 400 OBP, 758 OPS, 17 hits, 5 RBI, 12 runs scored, 6 walks drawn.
And Mickley at 31 pitches. Sends a fastball into the inside zone, 0-1.
Mickley's magic number for if they want to have an opportunity to use him on Saturday would be 45, but with Palmer Jacobs and Hayden Leidy both being available on Saturday, if they get that far for Post 22, might want to keep Mickley out on the mound, especially if he's having a good day.
I didn't discuss with head coach Kelvin Torve what his plans were exactly with the pitching staff. I would assume that this is Mickley's game to win. You know, they'll give him all the leash. And this one is sent out to right towards second baseman Roberts. He's able to glove it, but nice contact from Skelhaas. Just hit it right to a defender. And all Roberts had to do was jump out 3 feet in the air to get that one.
Good vert from the second baseman, Aiden Roberts, making a play. And we'll see what he can do. Eventually we'll see what he can do potentially next inning if it gets that far to him, as he led off this game at the plate.
And that will end the top of inning number 2. Bottom half of the inning coming up. I want to thank a few of our sponsors of the state tournament, including Olson's Pest, your residential and commercial pest control solutions. Call 1-800-KIL-BUGS, as well as Hedro, one of Yankton's biggest and best employers. When you're ready for a break and looking for a new career direction, visit jobs.hedro.com. And Dakota Archery. Visiting the Yankton area? Then stop at the premier outfitter for the shooting sports, Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports. If you use it to hunt, you'll find it and more at Dakota Archery. And finally, Sherco, a proud supporter of the 2023 South Dakota American Legion Senior Baseball State Tournament. When you need to be sure, make it Sherco. Back in 30 seconds from Riverside Field.
When you were younger, what did you dream of doing for a living?
Was it to be an engineer, a machinist? How about a mechanic?
Maybe work for a worldwide company. Well, we can make your dream a reality right here in Yankton.
You're a click away with Hedro Extruded Solutions. Hedro is in 40 countries, with Yankton being the second largest in the U.S. with a family of 420 employees.
Take the leap to become a part of our family today.
Where opportunities begin at your fingertips. Go to jobs.hedro.com.
We are aluminum.
All right, welcome back to Riverside Field. Bryce Ladwig alongside Braden Butler. And Matthew Sheldon coming out for his second inning of work in the bottom of inning number 2. I'm thinking about 2 more reminders, Braden, then we'll stop reminding people that Yankton is the away team in this scenario. But you never know. Some people are just getting, they know the game's on. They're trying to get there, just joining late.
Yeah, some people can tune in and out as well. That's the beauty of being live streamed over KYN TV. You can tune in anytime here on YouTube and go back to the start of the game, rewatch it all the way through, get bits and pieces as you go. That's one of the beauties of KYN TV that we got here.
You can always go back and listen to Braden's yin yang conversation that he had with himself.
You can listen to whatever I was saying last night about Mo. Nobody wanted to back me up on it.
And first pitch of the at-bat to open the bottom of inning number 2 is against Alex Dietrich. And he fouls this one toward his own dugout. It's no 1 count. And Dietrich sends this one up the middle. And there to get it, Mac Reichen sends it over to Kamshoff and gets him. That was a nice play by Mac. Went kind of deep in the hole into the artificial turf there out in the outfield, Braden.
Yeah, it's good play by Mac, as you mentioned. Had to get on his horse a little bit to get that one just on the edge of the outfield and able to get it across in time to Lucas Kamshoff. It was a well-placed hit by Dietrich, just better defensive coverage by Reichen.
Brings a third baseman, Hayden Hollick, for his first at-bat. 1 away, bottom of inning number 2. Sheldon delivers. Ball just missed outside. It's a 1-0.
Hayden Hollick trying to snap a bit of a cold streak at the plate. 1 for 12 in the state playoffs, but he has been on base multiple times. He's drawn a couple walks, been given free bags by hit by pitch, and he's scored 4 runs once he gets there. So he's been very effective once he gets on base.
And it's a 2-0. Sheldon again delivers. This one hit high in the sky. Mac Reichen working his way toward his left between first and second, and right past the, quote-unquote turf dirt, if you will, able to nab it for the second out.
Back-to-back plays that Mac Reichen has been a part of for the putout. We saw that earlier today here on KYN TV in the Renner game. I believe it was Charlie Huners for Renner, and factored into 5 putouts in a row, I believe. John Winkler, if you remember you called that game, he's giving me the 5-finger notification here. So it has been 5. It was 5 for Charlie Huners earlier on. So that might be the number to beat for Mac Reichen. We'll see if Post 22 can keep hitting him at him.
And center fielder Ridge Inhofer at the plate. Takes a ball, and now a strike. Fastball on the outside edge. It's a 1-1 count. Sheldon working quickly. And ball taken on the inside by Inhofer.
Inhofer's been great at the plate in these playoffs. 6 for 10. He's got a 600 batting average. All of them singles, but he's brought in 3 RBI, and he scored 5 runs, leading the team in the run scored category.
Their fastball misses low and away. And now Sheldon looking to deliver a big strike here to Inhofer. The pitch will miss low, and that is a walk issued to Inhofer. So Post 22 has a runner on each of their first 2 trips to the plate. Now that's Philip Bentz, the catcher, coming up to the plate for Rapid City.
And mention this about Inhofer before we flip to Bentz. I mentioned going 6 for 10 at the plate. That's also his 4th walk drawn, so he's been very good at getting on base any means necessary.
Sheldon checking the runner over at first, now delivers, and Bentz thought about pulling the trigger there and pulled back last second. It's a 1-0.
For Philip Bentz, he's 4 for 12 in the state playoffs. All of them singles, has an RBI, 2 runs scored, a walk drawn as well.
Sheldon checks and delivers. That's a strike. Nice fastball, lower edge of the strike zone. It's a 1-1. Hot day out on the field. Our very own, you would say, Braden, weatherologist, as you mentioned earlier in the season. But
I would say, I said that once, but yeah, it's like a
you're stuck for
thing I've
life.
said
As
a
far
lot
as you
of
and I know
times.
each other, I'll remind people of that. But Notel Tanner sitting in the producer chair while I call the Yankton game. He did show us an excessive heat morning. And I just looked at it, I was like, you don't say.
Thanks, weather app. But I do appreciate the official warning being given.
And runner takes off. McCorkle, the throw down to second. Oh, no, it was a called strike at the plate, a strikeout. Philip Bentz set down. I didn't hear the call. I was so focused on the runner taking off and the throw down. And that will end the bottom of inning number 2. Yankton leads 1-0. We'll be back in 1 minute, 2023 American Legion Baseball State Tournament in Yankton.
If you're a visitor to the Yankton area, maybe camping at the lake or fishing on the river, we welcome you. I'm Nancy Winandy, CEO of Yankton Thrive. And if you want to know what's going on around Yankton while you're here, search out the new visityanktonsd.com website. It features everything from shopping, dining, lodging, area attractions, recreational opportunities, and upcoming events. Visiting the Yankton area? Then go online to visityanktonsd.com for the information you need.
For over 100 years, DeSmit Farm Mutual has been South Dakota's insurance company, providing farm, home, and auto insurance. Families, farmers, and ranchers look to us during good times and bad because of our commitment to our communities, neighbors, and rural lifestyle. While we utilize the most advanced technology, provide the most progressive insurance policies, and offer bundle packages that save you money, DeSmit hasn't forgotten that the most important job is protecting what's important to you. Go online to DeSmitFarmMutual.com to find an agent near you. DeSmit Farm Mutual Insurance, serving South Dakota from South Dakota.
We're back to the top part of the order for Yankton Post 12. Rugby Riken will lead things off. He got a leadoff single back in the first, and as is customary throughout the regular season and through the playoffs thus far, I will jump over into the color chair. Not literally, Braden. We're just going to keep chairs, but go ahead and hand over play-by-play duties to Braden Butler.
Good thing I got well hydrated during the break coming into this third inning. Chugged an entire bottle of water. We'll see how that makes me feel here shortly, but I digress.
So if I take over in the fourth, you know why.
It's because I chugged another bottle of water between the third and the fourth. It's hot up here. First pitch at the top of inning number 3 to Rugby Riken. Led off this game with a single. Would come around to score and an RBI by Matthew Sheldon. Rugby Riken, Drew Riken, Lucas Kamshoff, your 3-batter minimum here for Yankton Post 12. Declan Mickley still out on the mound. First 2 pitches from him both missed the zone for balls. It's a 2-0 count now to Rugby Riken. Talked about his patience at the plate earlier on, downloading data. Gets a pitch he likes there, sends it out to left center field, but the center fielder is going to shade underneath of it and glove it for out number 1. Well tracked out and center by Ren Inhofer, and that it will be the first out of inning number 3. Brings in Drew Riken. Flew out to left field in his first at-bat.
Matt Reagan has had some of his hardest hit balls so far in the season in the state tournament. He had the one that, was it a foul against Harrisburg Gold, but it hit the fence?
Believe so.
Either Renner or Gold. Obviously, there's only 2 options.
There's only 2 options, but I was trying to remember off the top of my head, and it's thrown me off here. But I digress. First pitch to Drew Riken is sent foul down the right field line out of play. Drew Riken at the plate, Lucas Kamshoff on deck, Matthew Sheldon in the hole. 1 down in the inning, 0-1 count to Riken here. Oh, misses low and inside. Ball gets away from Bentz behind the plate. No runners on, though, so no damage done. Mickley will get a fresh ball from the home plate umpire. He comes set, 1-1. Swung on by Riken, sit down the right field line. I think it's going to shade foul. Right fielder giving chase. It's going to land in the first base bullpens. Just out of reach of the right fielder, Harrison Good.
Feel bad for that baseball.
That baseball had a family. There's been a lot of baseballs this state tournament that have had families, and there's been no regard for that. As we've seen multiple home runs from multiple different teams so far. Post 22, though, and post 12, neither of them have hit a home run in this state tournament. See if they can change that over the course of this game. That one inside, I believe it clipped Drew Riken, so he's going to take first base on the hit by pitch, and that's going to bring up Lucas Kamshoff, man who has hit multiple home runs at Riverside Field this year.
And all of his home runs have been in some very deep parts of the outfield, Braden, right? I mean, we're talking right center, and then just straight center.
Yeah, he's not tickling the foul poles with these home runs either. They have been 350 plus on all of them. See what Mickley has for him here. First pitch, bounces in front of the plate, gets away from Bentz. Drew Riken is going to scoot to second. He's going to take a big turn as well. If Bentz struggled to get the ball behind the plate, Drew could have went to third, but Bentz acting quickly, popping out of his stance behind the plate. It's going to be a 1-0 pitch to Kamshoff. Riken now in scoring position. 1-0 high, makes it 2-0 now to Kamshoff. This is what Yankton wants with this part of the order up. Runners in scoring position. Kamshoff second on the team in RBI. The man on deck, Matthew Sheldon, leads the team in RBI. Kamshoff says this one to right center field. Looks like it's going to drop just in front of Harrison Good. Riken takes the turn at third. He's coming home. There's going to be a play at the plate. Riken's going to slide in feet first. Does not get there in time. Heavy contact made between Riken and the catcher, but the tag got down just in time for Bentz. Good throw from right field. Well, good threw it from right field. Great throw in general. That's going to get him at the plate.
Nice hustle by Drew Riken, and he got a good jump on it. I just think just give credit to the defense. You know, a hat tip to the defense. Amazing throw.
Credit where credit is due. It's hard when the right fielder can sling it like that. It's hard to get her all the way around to home plate on something like that. But Lucas Kamshoff does go to second on the throw home, so Matthew Sheldon has a runner in scoring position as he comes to the plate. Looking for a second RBI of the game as he had an RBI single in the first inning. First pitch to Sheldon missed outside the zone for ball one. The 1-0 pitch swung on by Sheldon for strike one. 2 down in the inning with the runner on second, 1-1 count. Cody Oswald is on deck. If Matthew Sheldon's able to get on base, extend this inning. 1 run on 3 hits so far for Yankton. No errors on the board for post 12. Another big swing there from Sheldon, but he can't find a piece. Strike 2. No hits, no runs, no errors for Rapid City post 22, the Hard Hats. Mickley comes set. Staring down, Kamshoff on second. Kamshoff starting to take off, and he's going to go. Ball bounces in front of the plate, gets away from Phillip Bentz. Kamshoff going to turn at third and hustle back to the bag. He's going to steal third base, though. He stays perfect on the season on stolen bases, does Lucas Kamshoff, as that's number 13.
You know, Kamshoff eased up about 5 or 10 feet away from third base because he knew the ball had gotten away. But I think if he would have kept that momentum and that turn he took, once it squirted away a little more behind the plate, who knows if he would have been sent.
2-2 pitch to Sheldon is high for ball 3. And that just shows the aggressive base running Yankton's had all year, that these hypothetical scenarios aren't too far-fetched for us to think about. They've, especially with head coach Drew Lawrence in the third base coaching box, he gives his guys the green light quite often. Payoff pitch here for Mickley, trying to get Matthew Sheldon out to end the inning. Sheldon swung on and missed. Declan Mickley gets the punch out to end inning number 3. The top half, we go to the bottom of the third. Rapid City post 22, trying to get a run on the board. Yankton leads 1-0 as we go to the bottom of 3. This is the 2023 American Legion Baseball State Tournament here on KYNT, KYN-TV in Yankton. Back in 60 seconds.
Visiting the Yankton area? Then stop at the premier outfitter for the shooting sports, Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports. If you use it to hunt, you'll find it and more at Dakota Archery. Their store features archery equipment and guns from the leading manufacturers, plus all the gear you need to go with it. Clothing, boots, bags, caps, gloves, ammo, arrows, and more.
Open every night till 8. Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports, East Highway 50, Yankton, South Dakota.
Tuxedo is proud to have been part of the Yankton community since its start in 2000.
One of the things I love most is that they believe in promoting from within. I've been given many opportunities to advance.
Tuxedo has an extensive variety of benefits available to their employees.
The work environment at Tuxedo is extremely positive.
We are looking for you to join our production team. Visit www.tuxedo.com/careers to apply.
And welcome back to Riverside Field. Yankton back out on the field. Top of inning number 3. Still a 1-0 score, Braden.
Yeah, 1-0. Yankton leads over Rapid City Post 22. Thanks for reading the situation and bringing us back in here. I was trying to hydrate again. Did not chug another full bottle of water. Don't worry about my health and well-being up here in the booth. But
usually don't.
I don't think you ever have. I'm just kidding, right? Matthew Sheldon still on the mound, going into his 3rd inning of work. He started this game for Post 12.
Hey, I want to say thank you to DeSmit Farm Mutual Insurance. DeSmit Farm Mutual Insurance, serving South Dakota from South Dakota. Thanks to all of our sponsors.
First pitch for Matthew Sheldon is strike 1 here. Leading off this inning for Rapid City Post 22 is Aaron Roach, the left fielder. Has not recorded an at-bat yet in the state playoffs, so we'll see what he can do here. His first at-bat. He's in a 1-1 count now. Just trying to get a feel for the ball out of the hand right now. Downloading data. That one finds the outside part of the zone for strike 2. Now Roach has to go from learning to protecting. He's down 1-2 in the count. Sheldon in the windup, kicks, deals, swing and a miss from Roach. That's a punch out for Matthew Sheldon. Looks like the ball got away from McCorkle for a second, so he tags Roach to finish the out. That is going to be a punch out for Matthew Sheldon as he starts the 3rd the same way he ended the 2nd. Brings up Wilson Kiefer here now. Kiefer hasn't had a lot of action at the plate in the state playoffs. So this one fouled back up and over the netting.
John would have caught that one too.
Kiefer only 1 for 3 in the state playoffs. On that hit, did bring in an RBI, and he scored a run as well in his limited appearances at the plate so far. But he's down in a hole quickly, 0-2, as Matthew Sheldon has come out dealing here to start the bottom of inning number 3. This one's sent out to right field by Kiefer. Skelhaus giving chase, trying to get there. It's going to bounce in front of him. Kiefer's got his 2nd hit of the state playoffs, and he's going to be on first for a runner for Rapid City Post 22, and that brings up the top of the order and Aiden Roberts.
Roberts grounded out too short his first at-bat. It was a nice play by Drew Reichen, if I remember correctly.
Do you have a bit of a timeout here? Sheldon was trying to work quickly on the mound. Roberts was in the box, and Kiefer still trying to get the batting gear off, trying to get into his base running gear. Those protective gloves that the runners will use on their off hands where they slide into the base. First pitch. First pitch swinging for Aiden Roberts, and first pitch connecting as he sends that one out to left field on the ground for a base hit. Throw in from Rugby Reichen, trying to get Kiefer at second. Gets away from Mack, but good backup play by Lucas Kamshoff. Keeps the runner at second. There's 2 on now for Rapid City Post 22. As the wind picking up, keeps blowing my papers around, but I'm going to keep it pushing.
I know this is going to sound obvious, as every team should do what I'm about to say, but good heads-up baseball by Lucas Kamshoff, just backing up the play. We've seen in this state tournament alone, even earlier today, can't remember the exact situations, but there's some fundamentals that were just kind of thrown out and would cost teams runs sometimes.
And fundamental baseball, playing the game, the fundamentally, like you were saying, is very important, and both these teams do it very well. Rapid City Post 22 has been described as a well-oiled machine throughout Yankton as well. Doing the little things right has really helped them this year. Sheldon on the mound. Wyatt Reeder at the plate, walked in his first at-bat. He's the designated hitter for Post 22, and he's quickly in a 2-0 count. Patience at the plate, shining through once again for Reeder. Sheldon checks the runner at second, trying to work out of this situation. This one popped up, down the left field line, out of play. Be a foul ball, first strike to Reeder on the foul tip, so it's 2-1 count. Harrison Good is on deck, Alex Dietrich in the hole, only 1 down in the inning. Double play ball is on the cards for Yankton Post 12. That's how they ended the first. Reeder doesn't want to ground into one here. Runners dancing off of first and second. That one misses the zone for ball 3. Now Sheldon most likely is going to have to give Reeder something in the zone, as he doesn't want to risk loading the bases on a walk with only one out. And the 4-hole hitter, Alex Dietrich, on deck. 3-1 on the ground by Wyatt Reeder. That's going to hit off the protective fencing in front of the Yankton dugout, so that's going to make our count full 3-2 with one down.
Of course, that fencing, new additions to field renovations before the spring seasons began.
Fine addition to this ballpark. Of course, Riverside Field here at Bob Tereshinski Stadium in Yankton. Payoff pitch, swung on, popped up. It's going to be shallow center field. Drew Reichen backpedaling to give chase from the shortstop position. He gloves it just in front of the natural grass, right on the edge of the turf in that outfield. That's going to be out number 2 and bring up Alex Dietrich.
That was a very labored out from Drew Reichen. Go ahead, Brady.
Excuse me. I'll bring up Harrison Good. Dietrich's on deck. I had my sheet mixed around a little for a moment.
Drew Reichen fighting the sun. He may, and I had to look back, but he may have gotten the wrong first step, but he was really hustling to try to get back, backpedaling the entire way, and able to nab that one. Great defensive effort.
Harrison Good grounded out in his first at-bat. He has 3 hits so far in the state playoffs, 3 for 13 officially after that last at-bat. 2 RBI, 3 runs scored, 2 walks drawn as well. Trying to add a hit to the column, trying to add to his RBI total as well with a base hit. First pitch to him is in there for strike 1. Good's ground out in the first, did end the first inning in a 4-6-3 double play. Double play off the cards with 2 down in the inning, so Harrison Good just trying to put one where he can get on base. This one, contact made, but it looks like he got just too far underneath of it. Mac Reichen on the edge of the turf, backpedaling for his second base position. He gloves it for the 3rd and final out of inning number 3. Yankton holds on to a 1-0 lead as 2 runners are stranded for Rapid City Post 12 on 2 hits, no runs, or Rapid City Post 22, 2 hits, no runs. 2 runners left on base. We go to the top of inning number 4. I'd like to thank a couple of our sponsors for making this broadcast possible, though. Starting with Dakota Archery. If you're visiting the Yankton area, then stop at the premier outfitter for the shooting sports, Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports. If you use it to hunt, you'll find it and more at Dakota Archery. Also, one of Yankton's biggest and best employers, Hedro. When you're ready for a break and looking for a new direction, visit jobs.hedro.com and Olson's Pest. Your residential and commercial pest control solutions, call 1-800-KIL-BUGS. We go to the top of inning number 4. Mickley still on the mound here for Rapid City Post 22. We'll see what he's got for the Yankton Post 12 bats when we come back. This is the 2023 American Legion State Tournament on KYNT, KYN-TV in Yankton. Back in 30 seconds.
Know what happens when you keep your hard-earned assets at First Dakota National Bank? You can rest assured that your accounts are protected to the maximum allowed by the FDIC, and those funds stay local. Businesses and organizations are positively impacted. The whole community benefits. You can invest your resources just about anywhere today, but if you can keep them safe, earn a good return, and benefit your local community, why invest anywhere else? First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back in here, KYNT, KYN-TV, 2023 American Legion State Baseball Tournament right here in Yankton. Declan Mickley onto the mound for his 3rd inning of work. His 4th inning of work, excuse me. We're on the top of the 4th already. This game's moving quickly, 1-0. Yankton scored 1 run at the top of the 1st, an RBI from Matthew Sheldon brought Rugby Reichen around to score. That's all that we have for runs on the board right now. Cody Oswald looking to change that as he's leading off for Yankton Post 12. Declan Mickley trying to keep the scoreline the same way until his team get back into the batter's box. First pitch to Oswald from Mickley. High and away, ball 1. Talked about Oswald in the pregame, was ejected from last night's game. The initial report was he would call it for his tournament due to a suspension, but not sure if there's an appeal process. We don't have the full details on that, but he is out there, suited up and ready to go, so that was overturned in some way, shape, or form. He's in a 1-1 count right now. That one misses outside and low, ball 2. 2-1 count now to the center fielder, Oswald. Oswald flew out to left field in his first at-bat. That ended the first inning. This one too far underneath of it, gets a piece of it, though, and pops it back up and over the press box here, Riverside Field. 2-2's the count for Declan Mickley, who has been on a roll since allowing that one run in the top of the first. Only one hit since. Cody Oswald trying to make it 2 as he sends this one out to right field, but Harrison Good's going to get underneath of it for the play as a F9 in the official score sheet, and that sets down Cody Oswald to bring up Mac Reichen.
Mac Reichen also flew out to right field his last at-bat. But a solid contact all the way around.
That's another thing for Yankton. We've seen multiple fly balls to the outfield. The corner outfielders have been getting a lot of work. 2 fly balls out to left, 3 fly balls out to right so far that have ended in outs for Yankton. First pitch to Mac Reichen is in there for strike 1. He's the second batter of the inning. Jace McCorkle on deck will round out the 3-batter minimum for Yankton. Currently in the hole is Josh Sheldon, the third baseman. 1-1 count as that one misses the zone to Reichen. He comes set, he deals, and that gets a swing and a miss from Mac Reichen for strike number 2. Mickley trying to get another punch out here. It'd be his 3rd of the game. He ended the 3rd inning with one. Trying to get his first of the 4th. That one close. Cold take from Mac Reichen there on the outside part of the zone. Just missed off the plate for ball 2. See where Mickley puts it here on the 2-2. Reichen swings at it, can't find a piece of it though. He sat down on strikes. Mickley gets his 3rd punch out of the game to bring up Jace McCorkle.
Aggressive at bat though for Mac Reichen. You like to see that. It's gonna go his way, obviously.
I made at the very least, he's not sitting there and washing the ball. Taking swings at it is just good movement on the ball by Mickley to put it past him. Declan Mickley's been very good on the mound as that first pitch was fouled off by Jace McCorkle. Mickley comes back with the 0-1, leaves that one outside, trying to bend it in, catch the outside part, couldn't get there, 1-1 count. McCorkle reached first base on a hit by pitch in his first at-bat. That came in inning number 2. He would steal second, be stranded at the end of the inning. That one finds the zone for strike number 2 to Jace McCorkle, the catcher for Yankton post 12. He's down in a 1-2 count. 2 down in the inning. Mickley trying to make it 1-2-3 here. See what he's got on the 1-2. That one bounces in front of the plate, make it 2-2. Trying to pull the rug out from underneath of it there to get McCorkle swinging. Pulled the rug a little too soon. Dropped in front of the plate. Two from Mickley. Swung on by McCorkle. Poked up and over the netting, out of play. Another foul ball. We'll re-rack and re-stack it for a 2-2 count once again. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to the Yankton post 12 catcher McCorkle. Mickley drying off his hand a little bit. It's a muggy one out there. Trying to get a good grip on that baseball. Comes set, winds up, pitches. That one inside for ball 3. And now McCorkle's worked this count back full. Trying to draw potentially his 2nd free base of the game. Reached on a hit by pitch in the 2nd inning. Mickley likes the call he's got from his catcher Bentz. Now comes home. That one left just outside. Ball 4. Jason McCorkle takes first base for the 2nd time today. That brings up Josh Sheldon.
A good eye at the plate from McCorkle. You know, I've always wondered, Braden, as there's a mound visit for Rapid City Post 22, but I'll mention this. I've always wondered with catchers, you know, squatting behind the plate all that time, and then when they're at bats, if that level of different view for the pitcher really helps them or kind of hurts them in a way.
And it's from being able to see the strike zone from behind the plate to then having to interpret the strike zone in front of you, just that change of angles. It'd be an interesting question if we could ever get a conversation.
I was
with
bound to
Jason
run
McCorkle.
into one eventually, you know.
Listen, man, a stop clock's right twice a day, and Bryce has a good question once a week. Looks like it's going to be a quick
That was
mound
Braden
visit.
Butler joining us on. I'm joking.
I just lost my job. Just playing. It's a quick mound visit out on the mound. Declan Mickley still out there. Philip Bentz goes back and returns to his position behind the plate. Josh Sheldon to the dish, struck out in his first at-bat. Mickley trying to do it the same here, would end the inning. Opening pitch bounces low and inside, gets away from Bentz. McCorkle caught off the bag, trying to back pick him. He gets there back in time, though. Good hustle to get back to first base for Jace McCorkle. Gets there just in the nick of time.
That seemed very close.
It was a good back pick by Bentz. Almost got there in time. It was a good tag down as well by the first baseman. 1-0 pitch, bounces inside, gets away from Bentz, and McCorkle's going to take second base. That's going to be officially his second steal of the game as he keeps snagging bags on pass balls.
You mentioned the back pick by Bentz. He also had some really strong throws, and Rugby was leading off first as the first batter of the game. And they were kind of doing their cat and mouse game to start things off here this evening. Very strong arm from behind the plate.
It's a good battery to have, really, to try to control base running. Both Mickley and Bentz have done a good job and done their parts from the pitcher and catcher positions. But currently, Mickley's down 3-0 in the count, so we'll see if Josh Sheldon takes all the way. Mentioned often, it's got to be a middle meatball for to get a green light here in a 3-0 count. And that one bounces inside, ball 4. Sheldon will take first base. That puts 2 runners on for Isaiah Skelhaas. Skelly lined out to the second baseman in his first at-bat. It was a hard line drive. Remember the play, because Aiden Roberts jumped 3, maybe 4 feet in the air to get up and get it, showing the hops at second. That one bounces off the plate and gets away from Bentz. Runners are going to advance to second and third. That puts 2 in scoring position for Isaiah Skelhaas in a big position here. He's able to find a gap in the outfield. He could add a couple runs to the score and put Rapid City in a 3-0 hole. You have a pseudo mound visit here. First baseman Dietrich, and I believe the shortstop as well, Wilson Kiefer, taking time to have a conversation with Mickley on the mound. This is Mickley's first appearance in the state playoffs. Did not appear in the qualifying pair of games. Or has he appeared yet in the state tournament, but he misses there, makes the count 2-0.
Well, at 73 pitches, Mickley has had about 4 or 5 pitches of the last 10 that have just been in the dirt, really making Bentz work behind the plate to block these.
You got 1 or 2 with that heavy workload, and we are near one of the hottest points of the day. If fatigue is a factor, looks like Skelhaas taken there all the way, makes it a 2-1 count. 2-1 pitch from Mickley, bounces that one, gets away from Bentz, but he's able to block it with his chest so it doesn't go to the backstop. Potentially saves the runner from third. It goes to a 3-1 count now to Skelhaas. Last thing you want to do here is walk the right fielder for Yankton, because that'd bring up Rugby Riken in the top of this Yankton order. Mickley most likely attacking the zone here, 3-1. He hits the zone for strike 2, makes it a full count. It's an important 3-1 pitch. We'll see what we do here on the payoff. Full count, Skelhaas pokes it down the right field line, out of play. Off the foul tip, we go to the payoff pitch, part 2. Still a full count from Mickley and Skelhaas at the plate. That one high, ball 4. Skelly will take first base and bring up Rugby Riken. Bases loaded situation for the left fielder.
And 3 walks issued in consecutive walks issued. And Rugby, one of the more aggressive hitters for Yankton. Huge moment for Post 12. As yes, they have a 1-0 lead, Brain, but with Post 22, you want to try to get out as far as possible, as early as possible.
Now, they, like we mentioned, they are a well-oiled machine. They know how to play the game their way and play to their strengths. And we've seen already in this tournament their ability to get on a run in the innings, as there's a ball out in center field, I believe, that they are taking care of. Get that one into the dugout. There's a little time in the action.
Where'd the ball come from?
I'm not entirely sure. I'm not going to lie to you. When
I have a theory, if you would like to hear it.
You go ahead and give your theory.
I think there's a gentleman out there in center field, and he found a ball and knows that they want balls are very. That's why they're given $1. They're very important, right? And just mentioned to the outfielders, "Hey, when you get a chance, I have a ball," and then they stop play. That's gonna be my theory.
Well, in that stoppage and play, we are going to get a pitching change as Declan Mickley's day is done. His stats are not final. He's responsible for the 3 runners on base, so we'll see what happens here. Looks like Jaden Moreno is going to come out of the pen here in relief. Excuse me. There's going to be a shift. That's going to be Brian Atkinson. Excuse me. The PA says Jaden Moreno. The roster sheet says Brian Atkinson. We'll get an official ruling when we come back here. This is the 2023 American Legion Baseball State Tournament on KYNT, KYN-TV. Back in 60 seconds to bring you the official pitching change.
The warmer months can be wonderful times that allow for plenty of fun outdoors. However, while you may be enjoying the outside time, pests and insects may be trying to find their way inside. Eliminating a pest infestation and ensuring they don't return can be tough to do on your own. But with Olson's Pest Technicians by your side, you can rest assured you're fully protected. Locally owned and operated since 1966, Olson's Pest Technicians provides reliable pest control services to residential and commercial properties. Visit 800KILBugs.com.
When you need to be sure, make it Sureco. For over 40 years, Sureco has been revolutionizing the tarping industry. From the original Sherlock side-to-side roll tarp to the 4500 series electric tarp to the ProTrap electric hoppers, Sureco has been exceeding the needs of farms and fleets across the U.S. and beyond. When only the best will do, give us a call at 1-800-474-8756 or find us online at Sureco.com. Make it Sureco.
FM 1021 and AM 1450 KYNT, Yankton.
Welcome back in here on KYNT. Jaden Moreno out of the frying pan into the fire for his first first pitches of this ball game. He's got a bases-loaded situation, 2 down in the inning, so he's just got to focus on Riken at the plate. If you can get a punch out or force a ground out in any sort of way, shape, or form, you can get out of this jam. First pitch from Moreno to Riken, taken for a ball. Bounced off the plate, 1-0 count now to Rugby. Take the time to thank a couple of our sponsors for making this broadcast possible, starting with Tuxedo. They're looking for you to join their production team. Visit tuxedo.com/careers to apply. Check swing, goes around though. They appeal down to the first base umpire and he calls it, makes it a 1-1 count. Riken has singled and flown out to center field so far in this game. Drew Riken on deck, Lucas Kamshoff in the hole, if it gets to them. 1-1 from Moreno. That's a ball, misses, bounces in the dirt.
Declan Mickley's final pitching stats, 3 2/3, 79 pitches, 3 hits, 1 run that was earned, and 3 strikeouts.
Now on a strike on the inside part of the plate. 2-1 now. 2-2, excuse me. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 3 runners on the base. This one sent into left field on the ground, base hit, 1 run for sure is going to score. They're going to hold the runner at third is head coach Drew Lawrence. Station to station goes post 12, but it's an RBI single for Rugby Riken. Jace McCorkle comes around to score. That brings Drew Riken to the plate.
Nice hit from Rugby Riken, solid off the bat, and Smart holding up the runner at third. And a big moment for Drew Riken.
Big moment here for the team in general. Smart base running from everybody involved. Drew Lawrence playing a little more conservatively as in the third base coaching box, holding the runner at third. It would have been a close play at the plate, but I think the left fielder would have got the ball back in time. First pitch to Drew Riken is in there for strike 1. Riken has flown out and been hit by a pitch so far in this game. 0 for 1 in the official score sheet with that fly out to left field. Moreno gets the call he likes. Comes set on the mound. Offset, working out of the stretch. Comes home for the right-handed hitter, or right-handed pitcher, excuse me. Ends up in the left-handed batter's box. Good save behind the plate by Bentz. Makes the count 1-1. 1-1 is the count as Moreno comes set on the mound. Now comes home with it. That one just misses outside. Not as far out as the last one, but it's a ball all the same. 2-1 count now as Moreno trying to work the outer half to Drew Riken. See if he comes back inside here, or if Bentz sets up on the outside part of the plate again. Looks like Bentz is staying fairly central. We'll see where Moreno tries to put it. This one hit on a line by Drew Reichen. That's going to drop in front of the center fielder for a base hit. They're going to send the runner from second as well. 1 run scores. Sliding in head first is Isaiah Skelhaus. 2 run score. 2 RBI single for Drew Reichen. And Yankton is up 4-0 here on day 3 of the American Legion State Tournament over Rapid City Post 22. 3 runs in the top of this 4th inning. And that brings Lucas Kamshoff to the plate, one of the most dangerous hitters in this entire lineup, with 2 runners on. Rugby Reichen on second, Drew Reichen on first. Ball gets away from Bentz behind the plate. Runner's not in motion, though. Nobody wants to make the last out on the base paths, especially when it seems like the bats are getting some heat. Kamshoff singled in his last at-bat, flew out to right field in the 1st inning, 1 for 2 on the day. Moreno checking Reichen at second, now comes home with it. Kamshoff chopper down the third base line, that's going to pull foul. Rattle up along the fences on the third base bullpen. Makes the count 1-1 to Kamshoff, the first baseman. Moreno comes set, checks Rugby at second. Now fires home, leaves that one outside for another ball to Kamshoff. 2-1 count now. Moreno trying to strand a couple runners on. Came in a tough scenario with the bases loaded. A couple runs have scored off of it. This one's driven hard down the left field line. That's going to be foul. It's going to rattle up along the fence. Kamshoff trying to straighten that out just a little bit, barrel it up a little more. 2-2 count, 2 runners on, 2 outs in the top of inning number 4. Deuces wild for Yankton. That one misses high. We go to a full count to Lucas Kamshoff, 3-2. Moreno putting his glove back on, was working the ball in his hands. Took it off for a moment. Checks the runner at second as he comes set. Now coming home, runners in motion, swing and a miss there for Lucas Kamshoff. Moreno finally works out of the inning, but some damage has been done. 4-0 Yankton leads. 3 runs come across there in the top of inning number 4. Post 22 gets a chance to answer when we come back for the bottom of the 4th. This is the 2023 American Legion State Tournament on KYNT, KYN-TV, right here in Yankton. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
When you were younger, what did you dream of doing for a living?
Was it to be an engineer, a machinist? How about a mechanic?
Maybe work for a worldwide company. Well, we can make your dream a reality right here in Yankton.
You're a click away with Hydro Extruded Solutions. Hydro is in 40 countries, with Yankton being the 2nd largest in the U.S. with a family of 420 employees.
Take the leap to become a part of our family today.
Where opportunities begin at your fingertips. Go to jobs.hydro.com.
We are aluminum.
If you're a visitor to the Yankton area, maybe camping at the lake or fishing on the river, we welcome you. I'm Nancy Winandy, CEO of Yankton Thrive. And if you want to know what's going on around Yankton while you're here, search out the new visityanktonsd.com website. It features everything from shopping, dining, lodging, area attractions, recreational opportunities, and upcoming events. Visiting the Yankton area? Then go online to visityanktonsd.com for the information you need.
Welcome back in here. KYNT, KYN-TV. We're the bottom of inning number 4. Matthew Sheldon still out on the mound for Yankton Post 12 as he gets the ball from Josh Sheldon, the third baseman. Stepping into the batter's box to lead off here is Alex Dietrich. Grounded out to the second baseman, Mac Reichen, in his first plate appearance. That came back in the 2nd inning. Takes the first pitch high and inside, ball 1. Braden Butler, Bryce Ladwig here for this coverage of this state tournament game here for the American Legion. KYN-TV, your home for every game. This one also being broadcast on KYNT. 1-1 pitch on the ground to the shortstop, Drew Reichen. He gloves it, fires across the diamond to get to Lucas Kamshoff, and it's in there in time as Alex Dietrich has sat down to start this one. 6-3 put out, and that brings up Hayden Hollick.
Little English on that ball off the turf as well. Brady mentioned that earlier in the game. Kind of took that one. Actually, the problem was it didn't take a weird spin, but Drew Reichen was anticipating one.
It's so hard to judge how the ball is going to react with the rubber pellets and the infield turf and everything else. So I commend any player, especially in the middle infield we've seen today and throughout this entire state tournament for all these teams. They've made some tough plays. First pitch misses for a ball to Hayden Hollick. Popped out to the second baseman in the second inning. Swing there from Hollick. Can't find a piece of it, though. Makes it strike one. Matthew Sheldon on the mound has a pair of strikeouts so far. A couple hits allowed. No runs yet on the board for Rapid City. This one sent out to left field. Rugby Reichen, though, right underneath of it. Moved about a step to his right and a couple steps in. That was a hard hit ball, but right on a line to the left fielder, Reichen.
Yeah, about 1 foot, 12 inches to his right is all he had to move, Braden. So, great job.
And Hollick, for a guy like Hollick, who has been a little cold in the state tournament, that's been the case it's been, unfortunately, for him quite often so far. Just hard hit balls that end up right at players out in the field.
This is actually the hardest part of the day for any fielder because of where the sun is positioned, right almost at eye level.
Ridge Inhofer, he's at the plate. He pops this one up foul territory near the first base bullpens. Both Skelhaus and Kamshoff giving chase. Mac Reichen ended up over there as well to join the party, but that is going to fall foul. It's a 1-1 count when everybody returns to their positions. Inhofer reached base in the second inning as he was walked. Was the second base runner of the game. Phillip Bentz on deck. Aaron Roach in the hole. That one bounces for a ball. Makes it a 2-1 count now to Inhofer. Inhofer makes contact on this one. It's a chopper into the third base coaching box for foul. Inhofer has been very good in the state playoffs. Came into this one 6 for 10. 3 walks drawn, now make it 4. 5 runs scored and 3 RBI. Another chopper down the third base line out of play. He's getting the head of the bat around maybe just a little too quick. Matthew Sheldon on the mound, changing speeds, trying to keep the batters guessing. 2-2 pitch. Low, ball 3, count goes full for Sheldon to Inhofer. A 600 batting average was the highest on the team for Inhofer coming into today's game. This one popped up again. We're going to have another foul ball, this time down behind the first base dugout. Everything remains the same count-wise. It's still a full count payoff pitch, part 2 for Matthew Sheldon. Leaves that one a touch outside. It's called ball 4. You see Mac Reichen right now at second has his hands on his head. He thought that was strike 3. Him and Drew were both starting to move towards the dugout from the middle infield.
Matthew Sheldon currently at 55 pitches. And I think that just like what we were talking about to begin the game with Mickley, that this is his game of the tournament right here.
And that's something I believe Coach Lawrence in the pregame interview said that was one of the plans in place all along, where if they came into a day 3 scenario where Yankton had lost one of their first 2 games, Sheldon was going to be that guy on the mound. They trust him to keep them alive. Grounder to Drew Reichen at short. Flip over to Mac at second, and that ends the inning. The 6-4 put out the Reichen twins hooking up to solve that problem on the base paths. No runs come across for Rapid City post 22. And that's going to do it here for the 4th inning. I'd like to thank a couple of our sponsors. Without them, this broadcast wouldn't be possible, including Fairfield Inn. The 2023 South Dakota State Legion Baseball Tournament broadcast booth is sponsored by the Fairfield Inn, Yankton's newest and nicest hotel, now open at 21st and Broadway. Yankton Thrive. There's a thriving business economy in the Yankton area. Your one source and resource from all businesses, from retail to manufacturing, is Yankton Thrive. For more, go to yanktonsd.com. Lastly, First Dakota National Bank. Great banking is built on trust, and trust takes time. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey, plus a friendly team of professional bankers ready to put you first. 4-0 Yankton leads. The post-12 bats look to add to that when we come back here on KYNT, KYN-TV, back in 30 seconds.
For over 100 years, DeSmit Farm Mutual has been South Dakota's insurance company, providing farm, home, and auto insurance. Families, farmers, and ranchers look to us during good times and bad because of our commitment to our communities, neighbors, and rural lifestyle. While we utilize the most advanced technology, provide the most progressive insurance policies, and offer bundle packages that save you money, DeSmit hasn't forgotten that the most important job is protecting what's important to you. Go online to DeSmitFarmMutual.com to find an agent near you. DeSmit Farm Mutual Insurance, serving South Dakota from South Dakota.
Welcome back in here, KYNT, KYN-TV. Matthew Sheldon leading off the top of inning number 5. He's a struck out and an RBI single so far in this game. That was the first run on the board all the way back in inning number 1. First pitch to him is in there for strike 1. Jaden Moreno. It'll be his first full inning of work if he completes it. Came in relief in the last inning. A couple runs came across with him on the mound, but he was put into a bases loaded situation. This one's flied out to left center field, giving chase for both the left and center fielders. It's going to be gloved out in left center for the first out of the inning by Ridge Inhofer, the center fielder, making the long run, calling off the left fielder to make that play, Aaron Roach. Brings Cody Oswald to the dish. Couple of balls hits to the outfield, but both of them have ended up in the gloves of the corner infielders. So he's flown out to left and right so far in this game. See what he's got here. First pitch to him. First pitch swinging on the ground, just foul down the third base line. Gets away from the third base umpire. Moreno has the glove off, working with the ball in his hand a little bit. Trying to get a good feel for it. 0-1. He has the glove back on. He's in his motion. That one finds his own for strike 2 now to Cody Oswald. He finds himself in a hole. Trying to protect here. Mac Reichen's on deck. He completes the 3-batter minimum for Yankton. 0-2 swung on and missed by Oswald. He sat down on strikes. Big punch out there for Moreno, like we mentioned. Was put in a tough situation with the bases loaded in the last half inning. Was able to strand a couple on the base paths, but runs still came across with him out on the field. Now in his first full inning of work, he gets 2 back-to-back outs quickly to start the inning and brings up Mac Reichen. First pitch swinging from Reichen, can't get a piece of it for strike 1.
Well, having inherited runs is always tough, but with his own batters, he's done a really nice job.
He's been a steadying force right now, trying to keep it a 4-run ball game. That one low and away, though, as he misses the zone, ball 1. The 1-1 from Moreno, swung on by Reichen, just missing. I believe he had the bat underneath the ball for strike 2. The 1-2 coming from Moreno. Just finds the outside part of the zone for strike 3. 3 up, 3 down on the first full inning of Jaden Moreno for Rapid City Post 22. And they will have a chance to get at the bats in the bottom half of this inning. They trail 4-0 to Yankton Post 12. We'll see if they can dig into that lead when we come back. This is the 2023 American Legion Baseball State Tournament on KYNT and KYN-TV in Yankton. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Visiting the Yankton area? Then stop at the premier outfitter for the shooting sports, Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports. If you use it to hunt, you'll find it and more at Dakota Archery. Their store features archery equipment and guns from the leading manufacturers, plus all the gear you need to go with it. Clothing, boots, bags, caps, gloves, ammo, arrows, and more.
Open every night till 8. Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports, East Highway 50, Yankton, South Dakota.
Tuxedo is proud to have been part of the Yankton community since its start in 2000.
One of the things I love most is that they believe in promoting from within. I've been given many opportunities to advance.
Tuxedo has an extensive variety of benefits available to their employees.
The work environment at Tuxedo is extremely positive.
We are looking for you to join our production team. Visit www.truxedo.com/careers to apply.
Welcome back in here, KYNT, KYN-TV. Throw down to the second baseman. We're getting ready to get going here for the bottom half of inning number 5. Yankton leads 4-0. 1 run in the top of the first, 3 runs in the top of the fourth. Rapid City Post 22, the defending state champions, looking to battle back. Realize I made a mistake in my official score sheet here as I had Phillip Bentz up to bat to lead off. It's Aaron Roach. Bentz ended the last inning at the plate for Rapid City. Roach gets underneath this one a little too far. It's going to be an infield fly. Drew Reichen shades underneath of it by the second base bag. First pitch, pop out for Aaron Roach to begin this inning.
Shortstop number 15, Wilson Kiefer.
Brings in Wilson Kiefer, who singled in his last at-bat. He will complete the second full time through the order for Rapid City Post 22 following this at-bat. First pitch is a strike on the inside. Kiefer, shortstop here today. This one fouled back into the netting. Came right back at our producer for this game, Tell Tanner. Don't worry, there's a net and a window between you and that ball. You're fine. The 1-1 swung on by Kiefer, but he can't get a piece. No, excuse me, that was the 1-2. He's going to be sat down on the punch out. Another big strikeout there for Matthew Sheldon. That puts 2 down in the inning as we go to the top of the order with Aiden Roberts. This begins the 3rd time through the batting order for Post 22. Roberts grounded out in his first at-bat, singled in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 2. Matthew Sheldon is at 61 pitches. That one is left high for ball 1. Talked about it earlier on, Bryce, but the magic number was 45 for either starter today to be able to pitch again on Saturday. And it seemed like both of them were given a long leash as Mickley threw just under 80 pitches, and with Sheldon already past that mark, it looks like he's going to go as long as he can. As long as Drew Lawrence can keep him out there on the mound.
Yeah, it looks like this is his sole state tournament performance right here.
He's still playing out in the field when he's not on the mound. Currently in a little bit of a trouble spot as 3 pitches, 3 balls to Aiden Roberts. Good discipline at the plate for the Post 22 leadoff man, trying to get on base any means necessary. Taking all the way, that one is a middle strike. Strike number 2 from Matthew Sheldon as he's battling back to make the count full. Payoff pitch from Sheldon. He winds up, kicks and deals, leaves that one high and tight. Ball 4. Aiden Roberts will take first base. That brings up Wyatt Reeder. Roberts saw 6 pitches in that at-bat. He took all of them. He also takes first base on the walk. Wyatt Reeder walked in his first at-bat, popped out to the shortstop in his second. Trying to make some noise. Saved it. Paper started flying away. Not even a paper plane yet. That one low, ball 1. Reeder at the plate, Harrison Good on deck, Alex Dietrich in the hole. 2 down in the inning, so there's no guarantee. But you know Rapid City Post 22 wants to get as many batters at the plate as they can in this inning, trying to start a late rally. 1-1 count. Now to Reeder, the designated hitter. Big swing there for Reeder, but he can't get a piece of it. Good action on that ball by Sheldon. Gets another strike past him. Got a 1-2 count with Roberts on first. Taking a decent lead. Average we've seen here at the state tournament so far from first base. That one in there, strike 3, gets him looking. And Matthew Sheldon has been dealing so far in this game. He gets another punch out and keeps another 0 on the board for Rapid City Post 22. We go to the top of inning number 6 with Yankton leading 4-0. 2 innings remaining in this one at least. We'll see how it all shakes out. I'd like to thank a couple of our sponsors for making this broadcast possible, starting with DeSmit Farm Mutual Insurance, serving South Dakota from South Dakota. Sherco, a proud supporter of the 2023 South Dakota American Legion Senior Baseball State Tournament. We need to be sure, make it Sherco and Dakota Archery. If you are visiting the Yankton area, then stop at the premier outfitter for the shooting sports, Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports. If you use it to hunt, you'll find it and more at Dakota Archery. Looks like Jaden Moreno back out on the mound for Post 22 here to start top of inning number 6 of the Post 12 bats. When we come back, this is the American Legion Baseball State Tournament on KYNT, KYN TV in Yankton, back in 30 seconds.
Know what happens when you keep your hard-earned assets at First Dakota National Bank? You can rest assured that your accounts are protected to the maximum allowed by the FDIC. And those funds stay local. Businesses and organizations are positively impacted. The whole community benefits. You can invest your resources just about anywhere today. But if you keep them safe, earn a good return, and benefit the local community, why would you invest anywhere else? First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back in here, KYNT, KYN TV. Braden Butler, Bryce Ladwig. We go to the top of inning number 6. We bring in the closer. I'll even tap the arm. You can't see me in the booth. We send it back to Bryce Ladwig to bring us home.
Yeah, you didn't actually tap my arm, though. I was actually kind of looking forward to it.
I tapped my arm.
McCorkle launches this one out toward left, going back on the warning track is left fielder for Rapid City. And then is Aaron Roach out there, tracks it down for the first out as we begin the top of inning number 6. Again, thank you for joining us on KYN TV and KYNT here for Yankton Post 12 and Rapid City Post 22 Legion Baseball, the state tournament here in Yankton. And at bat right now, Josh Sheldon takes a strike from Moreno. It's an 0-1 count. Moreno deals, curveball misses just high. It's a 1-1 count now. One away here, top of inning number 6. Yankton enjoying a 4-0 lead, but with this Post 22 team, no lead is safe. Here's the 1-1 from the windup, and it's a fastball, misses low and in. Brings the count to 2-1. Sheldon steps out temporarily, steps back in. And the 2-1 hit out to third. Hollick. Nice throw across the diamond and plenty of time, and that's 2 away. So a 5-3 put out. Now bring up Isaiah Skelhaas. A very hard hit liner right to the second baseman back in the second inning for an out, and then drew a walk in the 4th.
That liner to the second baseman, too, was up and over the head of Roberts. Could have been an easy single for Skelhaas, but an athletic play at second.
Ball misses low into the dirt. Yeah, Roberts took a step ladder out there and made things happen.
Built his own step ladder. It's called the vertical he's got.
So 1-0 to Skelhaas. Moreno delivers, and this one's popped up. It's behind the backstop. Working his way under is Bentz, and Bentz is not able to get it. And his ball hits the turf harmlessly. Made a play on it, though.
I know that was right under our window here. It was a tough angle for you, Bryce, but
also because I didn't get up, so that's probably why. I didn't realize how much in play it was, so I depended on you as you dove up, so thank you.
Well, Bentz was going after it and just kind of ran too far back towards the backstop, tried to lean back to get it, and fell flat on his back, too, but he was able to pop right back up.
The 1-1 in the dirt, and block attempt from Bentz, so it matters. No runners on base, so it's a 2-1 count.
Goes to further show how these guys in the American Legion tournament are just cut from a different cloth than I am. If I fall flat on my back, I'm out for at least 5 to 6 business days.
And Moreno thought about delivering, but steps off instead. Take a moment to thank one of our sponsors, Truxedo. Looking for you to join their production team. Visit truxedo.com/careers to apply. And the 2-1 misses low and away. It's a 3-1 count.
Skelhaas trying to draw back-to-back walks here and give a runner on base for the top of the order.
The 3-1 called strike. A little high and away. Just clipped the strike zone there. Stepping back in. Skelhaas wasted no time. Moreno shakes off his first sign from Benz. Now he has a sign he wants. Here's the payoff pitch. In the dirt, a walk drawn from Isaiah Skelhaas. The second walk he's drawn in a row. So Yankton has a runner on, and that will bring up rumbling Rugby Riken.
And Rugby so far this game has a pair of singles, also an RBI. He's 2 for 3 on the official score sheet. See what he can do here. We talked all season long how when he gets on base, he causes chaos on the base paths. And that's his #1 goal, is to get there. If he puts it in the right place, Skullhouse has plenty of speed from first. He can get all the way around as well.
Moreno checks over to his left and delivers. And ball called. So it's a 1-0 count. Quick throw over, and Skullhouse almost caught sleeping over there at first. Had to make a last-second dive back. Maybe not caught sleeping, but he was definitely stepping towards second as the throw was delivered over there from Moreno. But he'll lead off again. Moreno checks over his shoulder and delivers the 1-0 to Rugby. Skullhouse takes off. Bentz with the throw down. And he was safe, and he slid past the bag, Braden. His left hand couldn't quite hook the end of the bag, fell off, and was tagged in kind. And that will end the top of the 6th with Isaiah Skullhouse being thrown out at second base. We go to the bottom half with the post 22 bats around the corner. Back in 1 minute. This is the 2023 American Legion Baseball State Tournament in Yankton.
Olson Pest Technicians is a family-owned business since 1966, and with over 50 years of pest management, they understand your issues, and their well-trained team will help you solve your pest problems. Issues with cockroaches, ants, bedbugs, bats, termites, spiders, rats, mice, or other creepy crawling pests? Give your home a fresh start and use the proven method of fumigation to take care of your pest problem. Olson's Pest Technicians will thoroughly get rid of pests so you can rest easy again. Call Olson Pest today, 800-KILL-BUG. That's 1-800-KILBUGS.
When you need to be sure, make it SureCo. Smart Trailer from SureCo is still the most complete line of electric accessories for your grain trailer. Smart accessories such as the 4500 series HD electric tarp, Pro Trap, and Auto Trap electric hopper doors, and the Drive Max auger drive kit from SureCo both offer convenience and peace of mind for operators. When only the best will do, give us a call at 1-800-474-8756 or find us online at sureco.com. Make it SureCo.
And welcome back to Riverside Field. Matthew Sheldon still on the mound for Yankton. And in a moment, I will call on Braden Butler to give you his stat line so far, but we'll continue on here as Harrison Good steps to the plate, shows bunt, and the ball missed it, or he showed bunt, but the ball was outside, so 1-0.
Harrison Good leading off this inning is 0 for 2 on the day. Grounded into a double play in the first inning and popped out to the second baseman in the 4th inning.
And Sheldon delivers a ball high just above the zone, 2-0.
Looking at Matthew Sheldon on the mound so far through 5 complete innings as he's trying to keep it going here. He's only allowed 2 hits and has 4 strikeouts. 4 walks issued as well.
Third pitch of the at-bat misses high as well. It's a 3-0 count to Harrison Good. Thank you, Braden. The 3-0 called strike. I think Good was taken all the way. So it sits at a 3-1 count here in the bottom of inning number 6. And another strike called. Nice fastball from Sheldon. He really has had control on the outside edge with that fastball this entire game.
We've seen this from Sheldon a couple times so far today, where he gets into a 3-0 count and then battles back to make it full. Jaden Moreno, for Rapid City has done it as well over the last couple innings, so it just proves the battle of these pitchers.
The payoff pitch misses just high, and Harrison Good will take his bag over at first with a walk drawn. That brings up Alex Dietrich, grounded out to second and short so far in the game.
Up over 75 pitches now is Matthew Sheldon as well. The absolute limit is 105, unless once you hit 105 you can finish the batter, but still about 30 away from that, so got plenty to work with at the very least 2 more innings on the mound, possible.
And a 1-0 count at the plate to Dietrich. Ball misses high and tight inside. It's 2-0 count. And we will have a quick, as you would say, a pseudo mound visit from the Yankton squad all meeting on top of the mound here.
Call that a meeting of the minds. First baseman Lucas Kamshoff, shortstop Drew Reichen, and third baseman Josh Sheldon, as well as the catcher Jace McCorkle.
Thank you to Olson's Pest, your residential and commercial pest control solutions. Call 1-800-KIL-BUGS. Also, Hedro, one of Yankton's biggest and best employers. When you're ready for a break and looking for a new career direction, visit jobs.hedro.com. And Dakota Archery. Visiting the Yankton area, then stop at the Premier Outfitters for the shooting sports. Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports. If you use it to hunt, you'll find it and more at Dakota Archery. And the 2-0 is an off-speed pitch, kind of high, and swung under it is Alex Dietrich, brings the count 2-1.
Dude got hardy cut at that one as well. You can see it pulled his whole body around. Almost he had twisted the helmet around a little bit, cartoon style.
And pitch misses low and away. It's a 3-1 count.
Dietrich is 0 for 2 on the game, looking for his first hit. A couple of ground outs to the middle infielders.
Sheldon delivers low and away, and that is a walk issued. Back-to-back walks issued. And that'll bring up Hayden Hollick.
He's up over 80 pitches now, is Sheldon. You got to think that coupled with the heat. Been a long day out there. He's pulling full time, too. He doesn't get to just sit in the dugout while the bats are going through as well. And it looks like Drew Lawrence is going to take time to go talk to him as well. There is a pitcher warming up out in the bullpen. I believe that is Mark Cottle working with Samuel Kamshoff. So Cottle, who's been used in relief already in this tournament once, has met his his rest requirements. So he is eligible to come back out here today. We'll see what they do for Yankton Post 12. If this is the call to bring him in, or if this is just a, hey, we're going to give you a little more, but just so you know, as soon as you're ready to get out, we do have Mark warming up and ready if you need a break.
There's been a couple instances this season, Braden, where we talk about how dominant Matthew Sheldon can be. But there's been 2 or 3 games that I can recall where he reaches the 5th or 6th inning, about the 80 pitch count, where he's run into at least 1/2 inning of trouble. He just maybe loses a little bit of control of that fastball. And that's exactly probably what is being discussed out there right now as Matthew Sheldon is about to be taken out of this game. And Mark Cottle will make his way into the game for Yankton. We'll have his numbers and Matthew Sheldon's final numbers when we come back after this break at the 2023 American Legion Baseball State Tournament in Yankton.
When you were younger, what did you dream of doing for a living?
Was it to be an engineer, a machinist? How about a mechanic?
Maybe work for a worldwide company. Well, we can make your dream a reality right here in Yankton.
You're a click away with Hedro Extruded Solutions. Hedro is in 40 countries, with Yankton being the second largest in the U.S. with a family of 420 employees.
Take the leap to become a part of our family today.
Where opportunities begin at your fingertips. Go to jobs.hedro.com.
We are aluminum.
If you're a visitor to the Yankton area, maybe camping at the lake or fishing on the river, we welcome you. I'm Nancy Winandy, CEO of Yankton Thrive. And if you want to know what's going on around Yankton while you're here, search out the new visityanktonsd.com website. It features everything from shopping, dining, lodging, area attractions, recreational opportunities, and upcoming events. Visiting the Yankton area? Then go online to visityanktonsd.com for the information you need.
For over 100 years, DeSmit Farm Mutual has been South Dakota's insurance company, providing farm, home, and auto insurance. Families, farmers, and ranchers look to us during good times and bad because of our commitment to our communities, neighbors, and rural lifestyle. While we utilize the most advanced technology, provide the most progressive insurance policies, and offer bundle packages that save you money, DeSmit hasn't forgotten that the most important job is protecting what's important to you. Go online to DeSmitFarmMutual.com to find an agent near you. DeSmit Farm Mutual Insurance, serving South Dakota from South Dakota. Visiting the Yankton area? Then stop at the premier outfitter for the shooting sports, Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports. If you use it to hunt, you'll find it and more at Dakota Archery. Their store features archery equipment and guns from the leading manufacturers, plus all the gear you need to go with it. Clothing, boots, bags, caps, gloves, ammo, arrows, and more.
Open every night till 8. Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports, East Highway 50, Yankton, South Dakota.
And welcome back to Riverside Field. Mark Cottle on the mound. Braden, what are our numbers for Mark Cottle on the mound this season?
Excuse me, sorry, there's a little misreading the numbers for a moment. I had the wrong name. 24 innings pitched for Mark Cottle, 9 earned runs allowed. He has a 1.37 whip, a 2.62 ERA, a batting average allowed of 230.
First pitch from Mark Cottle to Hayden Hollick is I didn't catch the call. Ball misses on the outside, 1-0.
As for the stats for Matthew Sheldon out on the mound, 2 runners still on base. His stats have not been finalized, but we'll get to them at the bottom half of this inning.
And the 1-0 as Cottle checks the runner, and we have a time called.
I should say we'll get those stats to you at the top half of next inning. Still not used to Yankton being the road team here at Riverside.
Yeah, it has thrown me through a loop today. And Hollick lifts this one foul into the visitor stands. And so the count sits at 1-1.
See a few members of the Harrisburg Gold team sitting over there as well by the concourse area.
They're here to make money on the foul balls.
Why not profit a little bit while you're here waiting for your game? That is the number 1, number 2 matchup between them and Sioux Falls East coming later tonight.
The 1-1, nice block in the dirt from Jason McCorkle, shifted to his right, and the ball is loose, but Cottle chasing after it. And it's a 2-1 count.
Should also mention that game between Harrisburg Gold and Sioux Falls East, the 1-2 matchup. 7:30 scheduled first pitch. We're just under an hour away from that. That will not be on KYNT, but it will be on KYN TV as well every game here for this American Legion State Tournament.
Cottle again checks the runner. Delivers. This one is lifted up into the infield. Josh Sheldon working under it, fighting the sun, and gloves it. That's 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. 1 out, bottom of the 6th. 2 runners on, 1 in scoring position at second base. 4-0 lead for Yankton. Yankton 5 outs away from moving on in the 2023 American Legion Baseball State Tournament.
It's been a very good day defensively for Yankton. They've had a couple good innings at the plate, but just all around, good pitching from Sheldon to start. Solid run for the relief effort so far for Cottle as the one's back to him.
Come back here to Cottle. He'll get the sure out over at first to Kamshoff. Both runners advance 90 feet, but there is 2 away now. Here again in the bottom of the 6th. Mark Cottle, another, he can get some strikeouts, but it's all about placement with him. He pitches to contact, and you know, Yankton, I'm trying to emphasize, they have some power in their arms. It's not that they don't, but compared to the rest of the entire state league, Braden, we've seen some 90-plus mile-per-hour throwers, but a lot of those teams don't have the defense behind them that Yankton does.
Exactly. It's been especially, it feels like in the outfield with guys like Rugby Reichen and Cody Oswald and Isaiah Skelhaus. Luke Bernardo spent some time out in right field as well. They've tended to switch off and on. Mac Reichen's out there right now. It's been very solid outfield work all season for Post 12.
And Philip Bentz at the plate, and he lifts this one foul and presumably out of play. Yes, it is. Kamshoff really was going after it. I thought maybe I misread that ball, but it's an 0-2 count.
And the praise for the outfield does not take away from the accolades of the infield as well for Post 12. Great defense.
Absolutely. Bentz a strikeout and a ground out to short so far in this game. This would be a huge difference if he could do something here. 0-2. Cottle with delivery. McCorkle shades to the outside. It's a breaking ball. It's a grounder to Drew Reichen. And a clean play, but the throw a little high. Drew Reichen had to go back kind of into the hole a little bit and really ramp up a throw. Took Kamshoff off the bag a little bit vertically, and a run does come across for Post 22. And now it's a 4-1 lead for Yankton.
It was going to be a close play at the bag. I don't know if Bentz would have beat it. It'd be a bang-bang scenario. If he would have beat it out, they're going to rule it a single anyway. But if not, I believe they'll call it a throwing error for Reichen as his throw pulled Kamshoff off the bag.
And it's going to be a single and an RBI officially in the live stats, to answer your question, Braden. So 2 away, runners at the corners. Bottom of the 6th, a 4-1 lead for Yankton. And Roach sends this one out to left. Rugby Reichen almost up against the fence, but nabs it on the warning track. And a very loud and a very long third out in a big situation ends the bottom of the 6th. Yankton holding on to a 4-1 lead, and their bats will come up, hopefully for Yankton's sake, for the last time as we enter the top of inning number 7. Back in 1 minute, the 2023 American Legion Baseball State Tournament in Yankton.
Truxedo is proud to have been part of the Yankton community since its start in 2000.
One of the things I love most is that they believe in promoting from within. I've been given many opportunities to advance.
Truxedo has an extensive variety of benefits available to their employees.
The work environment at Truxedo is extremely positive.
we are looking for you to join our production team. Visit www.truxedo.com/careers to apply.
Know what happens when you keep your hard-earned assets at First Dakota National Bank? You can rest assured that your accounts are protected to the maximum allowed by the FDIC, and those funds stay local. Businesses and organizations are positively impacted. The whole community benefits. You can invest your resources just about anywhere today, but if you can keep them safe, earn a good return, and benefit your local community, why invest anywhere else? First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back in here, KYNT, KYN-TV. New pitcher out on the mound for Rapid City Post 22, the left-handed thrower Lee Negebauer will be pitching here down the stretch. Potentially the last time the Yankton Post 12 bats come to the plate. We'll see if Negebauer can shut them down. For the two pitchers we've seen so far for Post 22, Jaden Moreno just finished his day, 2 1/3 innings pitched in relief, 2 hits allowed, no runs, no earned, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk issued. And for Declan Mickley, as his stats were finalized after that inning where he was relieved by Moreno, 3 2/3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks issued as well for Mickley, the starter.
And I'll bring up Rugby Riken. Thank you, Braden. Negebauer, a left-handed thrower for Post 22, delivers his first pitch to Rugby, misses on the outside. It's a 1-0. Yankton trying to add on any insurance runs they can, Brayden. In this situation, we see how fast Rapid City Post 22's offense can work. We just saw that. Ball in the dirt. It's a 2-0 to Rugby.
No, it's always nice to have insurance, especially in a situation like this. Side note, this broadcast is brought to you by Dismiss Farm Mutual Insurance, serving South Dakota from South Dakota.
And a pitch on the outside, called strike. We thought the exact same thing at the same moment, Brayden.
As soon as I said it, I knew you knew what I was doing because you slid the paper to me.
Yep. And the 2-1. Rugby, nice. Cool take there. Takes it high. It's a 3-1 count to left fielder, Rugby Riken. So far today, a single, fly out to center, and an RBI single. Negebauer delivers. Inside, called strike, brings the count full to Rugby. Nice crowd on hand here for the second to last game of day 3 of Legion Tournament. The payoff pitch to Rugby. Lifts this one foul. I would make the same joke about hitting Tell Tanner's vehicle, but I think all the windows have been crushed. I don't know.
You can start going after the side view mirrors.
I did. Remember, I took out the left rear view mirror. Or no, I guess it would be the side view. Yeah, that's why you guys were making fun of me earlier. I had the wrong kind of mirror.
That's why I said how to hit the rear view mirror.
Payoff pitch number 2. Rugby just absolute, I was going to say a missile into the glove of the shortstop, but however, it just misses the glove of Kiefer, and that will be a single credited to Rugby Riken. I guess an argument could be made for an error, but I will bet a Josh Bolter dollar that is going to be credited a single. That was a tough play. That ball still has smoke on it.
I believe they are crediting it as an error. They've
wow, do I owe Josh Bolter $1 now?
He's finally making money back. took him this long.
So reached on air. Burn the tape. Don't tell Josh. Drew Riken showing bunt, and it's off his finger. It hit the bat and then ricocheted off his finger. So called strike 0-1.
We are literally going to have multiple archives of this moment between the radio archives, the
right. He still owes me like $39 from the bets I've made.
The video itself on YouTube.
And an 0-1 count to Drew Riken. Rugby leading off first. And nice throw over for Negebauer. And another left-handed, so he is able to just kind of open up his stance and just throw over quickly. Rugby can't catch a break with that, Braden.
One of the most aggressive base runners in the state, definitely the most aggressive base runner on the team. And Post 22 knows that. They've done everything they can to try to keep him in check because this one's laid down.
One put down by Drew Riken. The sacrifice works. It advances Rugby 90 feet. Yankton has another insurance run in scoring position at second base. And that will bring up Lucas Kamshoff, first baseman for Yankton here in this game. It's a very quick mound visit.
What a pair of hitters to be due up in this scenario.
And who would enter the booth rather than the person I owe $1 to now, Josh Bolter? This is incredible.
That's a lie, Josh. You owe him like 39, but he finally lost a Josh Bolter dollar bet.
Negebauer checking into Kampshoff. Hard cut and swings under it. It's an 0-1 count. If this wasn't such an important part of the game, I would bring Josh on to talk about it, but
Very
huge
big
moment for Yankton.
Huge moment. This is exactly who you want up in the lineup, though, with the runner in scoring position, trying to get insurance runs. Kampshoff at the plate, Sheldon on deck.
And a breaking ball misses on the inside to Kampshoff. It's a 1-1 count. Negebauer checks over at Rugby, now delivers, and Kampshoff lines one down the left field baseline. It'll be Rugby rounding third. He'll come in to score with plenty of time, and Kampshoff in with an RBI stand-up double. Yankton adds an insurance run, leading Post 22 5-1 in the top of the 7th.
It's a clutch hit from one of your best hitters on the team, and there's another great hitter at the plate. Yankton trying to get this late inning rally to add insurance runs like you mentioned. Its lead is never safe when you're going up against a team like Post 22 out of Rapid.
That's incredibly true, and brings up Matthew Sheldon. An RBI single in the first, a strikeout and a flyout to center. He wants to add some more damage to his resume today. Takes the ball low from Negebauer. And Negebauer checks over at Kampshoff at second, now delivers, and Sheldon sends this one back in to the net. So it's a 1-1 count. Remember, following this game, we have Harrisburg Gold versus Sioux Falls East. Tel Tanner will be on the call on KYN-TV. In a brief pause between games, we'll have it for you. As Sheldon sends this one foul toward the Yankton bullpen. It's a 1-2 count.
It'll be a very brief pause because it's the first time that Yankton hasn't been in the last game of the day, and I know there's a few more ad things we have to hit for being over terrestrial radio for Yankton games, so it'll be a tight squeeze getting to the next one.
But we'll get there, Tel, as he sits in the producer chair. And the 1-2 count. Sheldon fouls this one off. Again, back toward the Post 22 dugout. Just battling in the plate right now, or at the plate, I should say. A 1-2 count to Sheldon. The 4-hole hitter today. Negebauer checks the runner at second, now delivers, and Sheldon, another chop foul. James Simbrick of the Yankton Press and Dakota down there shooting photos with a camera with a lens. It's about 4 feet long.
I'd say the P&D has provided great coverage to every team in this state tournament. They've gone in-depth for all 8 teams that have competed so far. Great work for them.
Always do excellent work. The 1-2 to Sheldon. Ball misses high and outside. It's a 2-2 count. And the 2-2, Sheldon lifts this one out toward right field. Good. Shy of the warning track, comes in for it, gloves it, and the throw over to third as Kampshoff takes off, and he's at third standing. So another insurance run 90 feet from home as Sheldon flies out to right field. And that will bring up Cody Oswald. As we have a brief moment here.
And I thank a couple of our sponsors while we have this break in the action, including Fairfield Inn. The 2023 South Dakota State Legion Baseball Tournament broadcast booth is sponsored by the Fairfield Inn, Yankton's newest and nicest hotel, now open 21st and Broadway. Also, Truxedo, looking for you to join their production team. Visit truxedo.com/careers to apply.
And a strike into Cody Oswald in the first pitch of his at-bat.
It's been up and down of emotions the last 24 hours for Cody Oswald.
Oh, one misses, low one away. Obviously, yes, he was ejected from last night's game. And back in the lineup today after what some people were giving information that he may have been suspended, but just nice to have him back in the lineup. And the 1-1. And off-speed pitch, called strike. It's a 1-2 count to the left-handed Cody Oswald. 2 away in the top of the 7th. Yankton with a 5-1 lead. They have another insurance run at third. And Lucas Kamshov. I think earlier I may have said Samuel Kamshov. I think I did. I pulled a Braden.
Hey, you know what? That's fair. I do that a lot.
No, just with those. That's why it's a Braden. Not that, messing up names happens to me all the time. The Kamshov brothers has really messed you up. The 2-2 to Cody Oswald. Low in the dirt. And I wouldn't say blocked by Benz, but he actually lost the ball, but momentum stopped it right on top of the chalk. He eventually found it.
Like
Lucas Kamshov was very excited dancing off third.
So it's like me with my keys in the morning. Or for a month. Ask Josh and tell about that later.
Payoff pitch to Cody Oswald from Negebauer. And it's outside and low. Cody Oswald draws a walk. Runners at the corners for Yankton. Top of the 7th. 2 away. A 5-1 lead for Post 12.
That walk is the first time Cody Oswald will be on the base paths today. It's been a roller coaster 24 hours for him, as we've talked about. So good to see him out on the base paths. Just good to see him back out here after, like we mentioned, initially got ejected last night. There were talks of suspension, and then now he's back playing today.
Brings up Mac Reichen. And ball is low and away. It's a 1-0. And Mac with runners at the corners. And a quick throw over. And Cody Oswald dives back into the bag safely. Not only are these left-handed throwers, Braden, but they're and short steps. Very fluid motion over to first.
And it's definitely difficult for a runner to get a sizable lead with left-handed throwers on the mound and very disciplined left-handed throwers on the mound who understand how to work their pickoff moves.
It's a 2-0 count to Mac Reichen as that ball missed low and in.
Not sure if it's picking up on the crowd mic, but it is helpful over at first that the entire Yankton dugout will yell back when they feel he's coming over to first.
And pitch misses again, 3-0. Yeah, that's a very good point. They've always been very engaged, this Yankton team. Sometimes you see teams not lose interest or just kind of settle in, just watch the games like anyone else, kind of look at situations. But Yankton's always very invested and very vocal from their dugout. The 3-0 to Mac Reichen. Ball misses high, and Mac Reichen draws a walk to first. Bases are loaded for Yankton. And Rapid City manager Kelvin Torvey will come out to talk to Negebauer and the Post 22 Hard Hats in this situation. We will step aside for a break, but again, bases loaded. Yankton leading 5-1, 2 outs in the top of the 7th. And Jason McCorkle coming up to the plate. We will have a pitching change. We'll get to all that when we come back here from Riverside Field, the 2023 American Legion Baseball State Tournament.
The warmer months can be wonderful times that allow for plenty of fun outdoors. However, while you may be enjoying the outside time, pests and insects may be trying to find their way inside. Eliminating a pest infestation and ensuring they don't return can be tough to do on your own, but with Olson's Pest Technicians by your side, you can rest assured you're fully protected. Locally owned and operated since 1966, Olson's Pest Technicians provides reliable pest control services to residential and commercial properties. Visit 800KILBugs.com.
When you need to be sure, make it Sureco. For over 40 years, Sureco has been revolutionizing the tarping industry. From the original Sherlock side-to-side roll tarp to the 4500 series electric tarp to the ProTrap electric hoppers, Sureco has been exceeding the needs of farms and fleets across the U.S. and beyond. When only the best will do, give us a call at 1-800-474-8756 or find us online at Sureco.com. Make it Sureco.
When you were younger, what did you dream of doing for a living?
Was it to be an engineer, a machinist? How about a mechanic?
Maybe work for a worldwide company. Well, we can make your dream a reality right here in Yankton.
You're a click away with Hydro Extruded Solutions. Hydro is in 40 countries, with Yankton being the second largest in the U.S. with a family of 420 employees.
Take the leap to become a part of our family today.
Where opportunities begin at your fingertips. Go to jobs.hydro.com.
We are aluminum.
If you're a visitor to the Yankton area, maybe camping at the lake or fishing on the river, we welcome you. I'm Nancy Winandy, CEO of Yankton Thrive. And if you want to know what's going on around Yankton while you're here, search out the new visityanktonsd.com website. It features everything from shopping, dining, lodging, area attractions, recreational opportunities, and upcoming events. Visiting the Yankton area? Then go online to visityanktonsd.com for the information you need.
All right, Jace McCorkle at the plate for Yankton. And bases loaded, takes a hard cut at high fastball. It's an 0-1 count. We did have a pitching change. We'll get to that in just a moment. Huge moment for Yankton. And pitch high and inside. It's a 1-1 count.
Do have the change made for you. It is Wilson Kiefer on the mound. Coming in from shortstop, Dominic McKnight takes his place at shortstop from the bench.
Wilson Kiefer. And another ball sent to Jason McCorkle. It's a 2-1 count. And the 2-1. Kiefer. Ball misses high, a 3-1 count to Jason McCorkle.
McCorkle staying disciplined at the plate. Could walk home an insurance run.
That's what he will do, Braden. Jason McCorkle walks home another insurance run as Lucas Kamshoff will make the trip from third home. Yankton leads 6-1. It's the top of inning number 7. Again, your score 6-1 Yankton. 2 away, bases still loaded.
3 straight walks drawn by the Yankton post 12 bats. It all started with Cody Oswald and Mac Reichen, and Jason McCorkle followed suit.
And Josh Sheldon launches one out to center, but that one is gloved out there in center by Inhofer. And so Rapid City has some work to do. They have their final 3 outs coming up in the bottom of inning number 7. Again, Yankton leading 6-1, 3 outs away from advancing in the 2023 American Legion Baseball State Tournament in Yankton.
For over 100 years, DeSmit Farm Mutual has been South Dakota's insurance company, providing farm, home, and auto insurance. Families, farmers, and ranchers look to us during good times and bad because of our commitment to our communities, neighbors, and rural lifestyle. While we utilize the most advanced technology, provide the most progressive insurance policies, and offer bundle packages that save you money, DeSmit hasn't forgotten that the most important job is protecting what's important to you. Go online to DeSmitFarmMutual.com to find an agent near you. DeSmit Farm Mutual Insurance, serving South Dakota from South Dakota. Visiting the Yankton area? Then stop at the premier outfitter for the shooting sports, Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports. If you use it to hunt, you'll find it and more at Dakota Archery. Their store features archery equipment and guns from the leading manufacturers, plus all the gear you need to go with it. Clothing, boots, bags, caps, gloves, ammo, arrows, and more.
Open every night till 8. Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports, East Highway 50, Yankton, South Dakota.
And welcome back to Riverside Field. Yankton Post 12, Legion Baseball, KYNT, KYNTV. Also welcoming in all Rapid City Post 22 viewers out in the Black Hills. The 2023 American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Rapid City Post 22.
Don't remind me about the Black Hills right now. Such a beautiful place out there.
Very much so. Stepping to the plate for Post 22. The 5-run deficit is Wilson Kiefer. The new pitcher for Post 22 takes the ball inside from Mark Cottle, still on the mound.
Was wondering how they were going to do that with McKnight coming in as well. So it seems like McKnight might take over for the designated hitter, Wyatt Reeder, if it gets around. It will get around to it. That'd be the 3-hole hitter.
Ball outside, it's 2-0. And a chopper charging Josh Sheldon, and got it kind of caught up in his glove in the transfer, and a runner will reach for post 22 in Wilson Kiefer.
As you mentioned, got caught up in the transfer of the glove to the hand for Josh Sheldon. Thought twice about the throw, realizing he was at risk of throwing that one away, and if he does, Kiefer could be standing on second right now.
And that will bring up Aiden Roberts. Strike call on the outside, 0-1. Aiden Roberts grounded to short and a single as well as a walk so far in the game. Kyle checking the runner over at first. Lucas Kampshoff holding him on. And the 0-1. And chopper to Drew Reichen. Will he try turn two? No, off the base of his glove. All runners reach. 2 runners on for Rapid City, post 22. Things getting interesting here in the bottom of the 7th. Still no one away.
And it brings Dominic McKnight to the plate as well. His first at-bat of the day. He's 3 for 7 in the state playoffs, all of them singles, but he's got a pair of RBI and 3 runs scored. Single right now would bring another run in, most likely.
So McKnight. Showing bunt, putting it down. Mark Cottle charges. Underhand toss to Lucas Kampshoff. They do get the out. Both runners advance 90 feet, both in scoring position, but most importantly for Yankton, they get that out. And most importantly for Rapid City, Braden, they have both runners in scoring position now.
Something to think about here. It kind of lends an ear to how good Yankton has been at keeping Rapid City runners off the bases so far. Post 22 has loved to use the bunt to advance runners all season, all state tournament long. That's the first bunt they've laid down so far to advance runners.
Brings up Harrison Good. And Good, a hard cut at the first pitch, 0-1.
Good currently 0 for 2 with a walk on the day. Grounded into a double play in the first and popped out to the second baseman in the third.
Cottle sends, and this one is sent out towards center field. Cody Oswald giving chase, and he does scoop it up for the out. But a 1 run does come across for post 22. What a play out in center from Cody Oswald. He reached out to his right, full sprint right in front of the scoreboard area. And about a foot off the ground, able to nab it out of the air.
2/3 of the world is covered by water, Bryce. The other third may be covered by Cody Oswald.
So 2 away in the bottom of the 7th, 6-2 lead for Yankton, a runner in scoring position. And that brings up Alex Dietrich. This one lifted foul. That was probably into the windshield of Josh Bolter's vehicle.
Josh hasn't even been around for that gimmick yet.
He's part of it now, Braden. He's a part of it now. Yankton 1 out away from advancing in the 2023 American Legion Baseball State Tournament here in Yankton. The 0-1 pitch to Dietrich. High and inside, 1-1.
As long as it's not my car, I think it has enough problems.
I would never do that to your car, Braden.
Windshield wiper's already busted, so what do I need a windshield for?
And the 1-1. Cottle checks the runner. And delivers. Ball misses inside. It's 2-1 count. Cottle currently at 19 pitches. Plenty of runway for his pitch counts.
I don't believe he pitched yesterday. No, he did not pitch yesterday. So he's not required to take a day off. So if he's under 30, he can. If he's under 31, he can pitch tomorrow. If he's under 46, he can pitch again on Saturday. So keep an eye on that for Yankton as he's trying to shut it down.
2-1. And this one is lifted. It's in foul territory right on top of the Yankton wording. But James McCorkle goes after it, has it in his glove, and it drops out just shy of the coaching box over at third. That was going to be it, but I think, Braden, that Coach Drew Lawrence of Yankton will come out and argue maybe a little bit of interference.
It was near the third base coaching box, and head coach Kelvin Torvey of Rapid City Post 22 was over there. Once he realized that Sheldon and McCorkle were converging on him, he did get out of the way. So, you know, it's worth a shot trying to get the call for head coach Drew Lawrence, but I don't think he's going to get what he wants to hear from that.
I think he just wanted to be heard.
He just wanted to make sure, like, get a little, maybe maybe a little more pep in the step getting out of the third base coaching box, but Coach Torvey, like I said, once he realized what was going on around him and the two players are converging on him, he got out of the way.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. Yankton 6-2 lead. Marcado delivers. And it is a hit down the left field line, just to the left of the bag. It is foul. That was close. So count will remain 2-2 to Dietrich.
It's a couple more inches to the right, and Dietrich would be on base right now. We could be talking about another run for post 22. 2-out rallies are not uncommon this season for the defending state champions, and they trail by 4. This game not guaranteed over.
Cotto delivers. This one sent out to left. Rugby backing up toward the warning track. His heels on the track and gloves it. Yankton is advancing in the 2023 American Legion Baseball State Tournament here in Yankton, defeating Rapid City post 22, the defending state champions. And what a game for the team in red right here on their home field. And what a game to cover. We have a lot to talk about when we go to our post-game coverage brought to you by Truxedo. Your final, Yankton 6, Rapid City post 22 2. Thank you for joining us, and stick around for the Truxedo post-game show here from Riverside Field.
Truxedo is proud to have been part of the Yankton community since its start in 2000.
One of the things I love most is that they believe in promoting from within. I've been given many opportunities to advance.
Truxedo has an extensive variety of benefits available to their employees.
The work environment at Truxedo is extremely positive.
We are looking for you to join our production team. Visit www.truxedo.com/careers to apply.
Know what happens when you keep your hard-earned assets at First Dakota National Bank? You can rest assured that your accounts are protected to the maximum allowed by the FDIC. And those funds stay local. Businesses and organizations are positively impacted. The whole community benefits. You can invest your resources just about anywhere today. But if you keep them safe, earn a good return, and benefit the local community, why would you invest anywhere else? First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Olson Pest Technicians is a family-owned business since 1966, and with over 50 years of pest management, they understand your issues, and their well-trained team will help you solve your pest problems. Issues with cockroaches, ants, bedbugs, bats, termites, spiders, rats, mice, or other creepy crawling pests? Give your home a fresh start and use the proven method of fumigation to take care of your pest problem. Olson's Pest Technicians will thoroughly get rid of pests so you can rest easy again. Call Olson Pest today, 800-KILL-BUG. That's 1-800-KILBUGS.
When you need to be sure, make it Sureco. For over 40 years, Sureco has been revolutionizing the tarping industry. From the original Sherlock side-to-side roll tarp to the 4500 series electric tarp to the ProTrap electric hoppers, Sureco has been exceeding the needs of farms and fleets across the U.S. and beyond. When only the best will do, give us a call at 1-800-474-8756 or find us online at Sureco.com. Make it Sureco.
When you were younger, what did you dream of doing for a living?
Was it to be an engineer, a machinist? How about a mechanic?
Maybe work for a worldwide company. Well, we can make your dream a reality right here in Yankton.
You're a click away with Hydro Extruded Solutions. Hydro is in 40 countries, with Yankton being the second largest in the U.S. with a family of 420 employees.
Take the leap to become a part of our family today.
Where opportunities begin at your fingertips. Go to jobs.hydro.com.
We are aluminum.
If you're a visitor to the Yankton area, maybe camping at the lake or fishing on the river, we welcome you. I'm Nancy Winandy, CEO of Yankton Thrive. And if you want to know what's going on around Yankton while you're here, search out the new visityanktonsd.com website. It features everything from shopping, dining, lodging, area attractions, recreational opportunities, and upcoming events. Visiting the Yankton area? Then go online to visityanktonsd.com for the information you need.
Enjoy some Yankton hospitality at the brand new Fairfield Inn and Suites. As the newest hotel in Yankton, you'll have a comfortable, relaxing stay in modern rooms. For business travelers, Fairfield is a perfect place to rest after a long day of work or use their meeting room for small meetings. Families can enjoy indoor pool, and they'll love that Fairfield is close to Yankton attractions. Plus, there's plenty of parking for your boat or camper. And finally, fuel up for the day with our fresh, hot, and healthy breakfast. To reserve a room, go online to Marriott.com or call direct 605-653-2250.
KYNT, Yankton, FM 1021, and AM 1450.
And welcome back to Riverside Field. This is the Truxedo post-game show. Thank you for joining us. Let's go over your stats review. And what a game for Yankton. Moving on in the 2023 American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Let's go through your line score. And I told Coach Drew Lawrence we'd give him a moment to get up here. And while we do that, we will do our line score. Yankton scored 1 run in the top of the first and 3 in the top of the fourth. Post 22 answered with a run in the bottom of the sixth. Yankton tacked on 2 more in the top of the 7th, and Post 22 did score in the bottom of the 7th, but came up short 6-2. Yankton out hit Post 22 6-4. Each team had 1 error. And then as far as pitching is concerned, we'll start with Post 22. Mickley threw 3 2/3, had 3 hits, or gave up 3 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 3 walks issued, 3 strikeouts. Moreno, 2 1/3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 walk issued, 3 strikeouts. Negebauer, 2/3 of an inning pitch, 1 hit given up, 2 runs. They were not earned, and 2 walks issued. And Kiefer came in for 1/3 of an inning and gave 1 walk. For Yankton, Matthew Sheldon started 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 6 walks issued, 4 punch-outs. Mark Cottle came in relief, did an excellent job. A very excellent job indeed. He pitched 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run in the game. As far as hitting is concerned, Roberts for Post 22 was 1 for 3 with a walk. Reeder 0 for 2 with a walk. Harrison Good 0 for 3 with a run and an RBI as well as a walk. Dietrich 0 for 3 with a walk. Hollick 0 for 3. Inhofer 0 for 1, 2 walks drawn. Phil Bentz 1 for 3 and RBI. Roach 0 for 3, and Kiefer 2 for 3 with a run scored. Yankton, Rugby Reichen 2 for 4, 2 runs, an RBI. Drew Reichen 1 for 2, 2 RBIs. Lucas Kampshoff 2 for 4, 1 run, 1 RBI. Matthew Sheldon 1 for 4, 1 RBI. Cody Oswald 0 for 3 with a walk. Mac Reichen 0 for 3 with a walk. Jason McCorkle 0 for 1 with a run and an RBI. 2 walks drawn. One of those brought in the RBI. Josh Sheldon 0 for 3 with a run and a walk drawn. Isaiah Skelhaus 0 for 1 with a run and 2 walks drawn. So that is your stat recap for Yankton and Post 22. All right, so bear with me. These are the 2 scenarios as far as Yankton is concerned. About in front of us and also on KYN TV will be Harrisburg Gold taking on Sioux Falls East, the number 1 versus the number 2. Quick wrinkle, and Tell Tanner, who will be on the call, will explain later again, but Harrisburg Gold will be the home team in this by a coin flip, and number 1 seed Sioux Falls East will be the away team. And your scenarios are if Sioux Falls East loses, they will still play Yankton, and that will be at the 4:30 game tomorrow, early evening or late afternoon, if you will. And if Sioux Falls East wins, they will play Yankton at 7 o'clock. So those are your 2 scenarios. They will face Sioux Falls East no matter what, because Sioux Falls East still has a loss to give, and they avoid conflicting matchups with teams that just played, which would be Harrisburg Gold and Yankton, of course. They don't want them to face off 2 times in 3 days if possible. So Yankton will be taking on Sioux Falls East tomorrow in those 2 different scenarios. We, of course, will have coverage on KYNT and KYN-TV. And I'll give our studio producer plenty of warning if I can. Hopefully that we will be taking one more break here momentarily and get things rolling as we still wait for Coach Drew Lawrence to come up here. And he can take his time. He's celebrating with his team, getting a lot of talk done. There's a lot of planning that has to go into this, and I'm sure everyone wants to get ready to watch this game coming up on KYN-TV, Harrisburg Gold and Sioux Falls East. But this is the Truxedo postgame show, and you need to Post 12 Legion Baseball. We'll take one more break.
For over 100 years, DeSmit Farm Mutual has been South Dakota's insurance company, providing farm, home, and auto insurance. Families, farmers, and ranchers look to us during good times and bad because of our commitment to our communities, neighbors, and rural lifestyle. While we utilize the most advanced technology, provide the most progressive insurance policies, and offer bundle packages that save you money, DeSmit hasn't forgotten that the most important job is protecting what's important to you. Go online to DeSmithFarmMutual.com to find an agent near you. DeSmith Farm Mutual Insurance, serving South Dakota from South Dakota. Visiting the Yankton area? Then stop at the premier outfitter for the shooting sports, Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports. If you use it to hunt, you'll find it and more at Dakota Archery. Their store features archery equipment and guns from the leading manufacturers, plus all the gear you need to go with it. Clothing, boots, bags, caps, gloves, ammo, arrows, and more.
Open every night till 8. Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports, East Highway 50, Yankton, South Dakota.
Hey, welcome back to the Truxedo postgame show. Time for our postgame coach interview with Coach Drew Lawrence of the victorious Yankton team. Coach, what a game for Yankton. Rebounding after a tough loss last night against the defending state champion Rapid City Post 22. Obviously, they come in here with all their state tournament experience, and Yankton coming out of the gate strong, scoring the early run, and then a great pitching performance from Matthew Sheldon.
Matthew had an unbelievable pitching performance. I think he only gave up 2 hits in that entire thing. He got credited with giving up a run. He came off with the 0 on the board, but he was dicing. I mean, he was really good. We knew that that's what he was capable of. I mean, me and you have talked all year about Drew being 1 and him being 1B, right? And that's how it is. The plan going into this tournament, depending on who we played, it worked out. We were going to wait to throw Matthew as long as we could until maybe we lost the game and see what it goes. But matchups mattered too, and it was a good matchup for him with Post 22. More
aggressive base running, and we're just going to hit on all the great hits that we always have in these post games.
Some big hits.
Yeah, some big hits, and our greatest hits in our post game interviews. Let's talk about the base running for Yankton again, as well as just making pitchers a little uncomfortable. There was a great battle there, if you will, between Rugby and their starter Mickley to lead things off. I was more interested in that, actually, for a while than the at-bats, Coach, because Rugby was just really trying to mess with him.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we do. I mean, we try to create chaos whenever possible. Pitchers, and he did a really good job of holding our runners on. We didn't get to be as aggressive as we like to be, but, we like to try and cause chaos if we can, or at least change the mindset a little bit, and Rugby always does that and did a good job on that.
Let's hit on some players. Let's start with Rugby. 2 for 4 on the day, 2 runs scored and an RBI, and some big catches out in left as well. He had a great game. Yeah, he had a really good game. Rugby's, he's our guy. He's our Yankton. He's the entire Yankton community. He's our quarterback, our point guard. He's our leader. And we've talked about it. There's not a lot of kids like Rugby anymore who can lead like he does. When this season is all said and done, whatever that is, we're going to miss that. We're going to miss his leadership. And he's a gamer, so he comes to play. And then Drew Reichen, 1 for 2 on the day, 2 RBIs, leading the team in RBIs. He's had some big at-bats in this state tournament already. Yeah, that was a big hit. He scored 2 runs on his hit there, and I thought timely hitting was unbelievable today. We had guys on, and we were able to drive them in and get them in. Lucas's was even big there at the end. That was huge. Added another run, and was able to give us a little more comfort zone going out there in the bottom of the 7th. How nice is it to have your pitcher help himself in the offensive category? And Matthew Sheldon knocked in a run as well. Yeah, he's one of our best hitters, and that's what he does for us. He's our 4 hitter. He has been all year. I know he's young. He's got a couple more years of Legion after this year, but he's our guy one of our guys that's able to go out there and hit. So good for him. Mark Cottle came in relief of Matthew Sheldon. You've counted on him doing that a few times this season. He comes in, and as my counterpart on broadcast always loves to say, because you gave him a nickname one time back in the spring season, the Gamer. So that's what he always calls him now. But that is what he does. He just comes in, and he'll just throw strikes and just put the team and depend on his defense behind him. Yeah, Mark did a really good job. And, it's what he's done all year for us. He did it all spring, he did it all summer. We've talked about Mark a lot in the spring. He was a kid that wasn't on my radar, and I wasn't even thinking about him being a pitcher for us. And then he got an opportunity early in spring, and he took advantage of it. So it's cool to see kids like that, to see things that they're able to, see what they're doing when they compete, and because every kid's different when it comes to that. But again, going back to the pitching, 5 shutout innings, great performance. You have Sioux Falls East tomorrow, and and it will be depending on the time slot. But Coach, congratulations. Any closing thoughts? Post 22, I want to talk a little bit about them. So that is a storied franchise. They're the 40, 50 state champ. I don't know what it is, but they're a class act, especially Calvin Torvey. So Calvin did something
this game that most people wouldn't do. I won't elaborate on it because he wouldn't want me to. But I've never met a guy as good at a class act as Kelvin Torvey. I don't like it. Obviously, we like to win, but I don't like to see him lose as a person. He's an unbelievable person, and I'm very thankful for him for what he did today.
Well, Coach, well said. Big matchup between Harrisburg Gold and Sioux Falls East, as I mentioned. It's going to be Sioux Falls East tomorrow, just based on the matchups and how that works
East.
out.
Yep. We just don't know what time we'll play.
I mean, are you just looking forward to a good game? Or are you looking for something out here tonight?
I don't care. This game. Not that I don't care. It's just I'm not wishing for anything here or there. It doesn't matter. We're gonna have to take care of our own business. When you have a one loss in a tournament, you just try and keep going to the next day. And we got to the next day, so we're in the Final Four right now. And tomorrow we'll try and win that one so we get to the next day. So we'll just keep trying to go.
Thanks for joining us, Coach. Back in 30 seconds here in the Truxedo postgame show.
Truxedo is proud to have been part of the Yankton community since its start in 2000.
One of the things I love most is that they believe in promoting from within. I've been given many opportunities to advance.
Truxedo has an extensive variety of benefits available to their employees.
The work environment at Truxedo is extremely positive.
We are looking for you to join our production team. Visit www.truxedo.com/careers to apply.
All right, we'll wrap things up here from the Truxedo postgame show at Riverside Field. Yankton victorious 6-2. And we will have Sioux Falls East and Harrisburg Gold around the corner on KYN TV. I'm Bryce Ladwick. Thanks to everyone involved on the broadcast. We'll see you tomorrow evening.
Thank you for watching KYN TV's coverage of the 2023 South Dakota American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Be sure to tune in to the next game from Riverside Field.
FM 1021 and
Hi, my name is Paula.
Hello, my name is Nicole Johnson.
Hey, my name is Cy Williams.
I am extrusion supervisor. I've been working at Hedro for about 10 years now. The reason I like working at Hedro is for the challenges and the opportunities to step up. I first started off in packing, and I was able to move myself up within the first 5 years. I believe it's a great place to work at.
I've been working here since 2011. I really like working for this company here. The department I work in here is die repair. I've been a die corrector for like maybe 4.5 years. I love it. I love the people. When we work here, we work safe. We work together as a unit.
I worked here at Hedro approximately 4 months now. I am the plant machinist. Everybody I work with is fantastic. Total mutual respect with all the employees around here. A lot of people are 45-year employees, so to have a company with that many people that are 20, 30, and 40 years, they have to be doing something right.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Visiting the Yankton area? Then stop at the premier outfitter for the shooting sports, Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports. If you use it to hunt, you'll find it and more at Dakota Archery. Their store features archery equipment and guns from the leading manufacturers, plus all the gear you need to go with it. Clothing, boots, bags, caps, gloves, ammo, arrows, and more.
Open every night till 8. Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports, East Highway 50, Yankton, South Dakota.
For over 100 years, DeSmit Farm Mutual has been South Dakota's insurance company, providing farm, home, and auto insurance. Families, farmers, and ranchers look to us during good times and bad because of our commitment to our communities, neighbors, and rural lifestyle. While we utilize the most advanced technology, provide the most progressive insurance policies, and offer bundle packages that save you money, DeSmit hasn't forgotten that the most important job is protecting what's important to you. Go online to DeSmitFarmMutual.com to find an agent near you. DeSmit Farm Mutual Insurance, serving South Dakota from South Dakota.
Is proud to have been part of the Yankton community since its start in 2000.
One of the things I love most is that they believe in promoting from within. I've been given many opportunities to advance.
Truxedo has an extensive variety of benefits available to their employees.
The work environment at Truxedo is extremely positive.
We are looking for you to join our production team. Visit www.truxedo.com/careers to apply.
SureCo is the largest manufacturer of quality tarp and containment systems. With a corporate office in Yankton and 9 service centers, we will meet your tarping and containment needs. Gear up for harvest with our smart trailer line. SureCo's smart trailer electric accessories help you do the job faster, easier, and safer with increased productivity. When you need to be sure, make it SureCo.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.